about the depth of corruption that's involved.
Exactly. That's the way I feel about it. It just
And then
seems
we're
to me
fucked. And then we've crossed the Rubicon, and then it's frickin', thank God there's a massive amount of FBI employees and military that are trying to put a stop to it.
What
but
happened
God,
to this country? I don't understand what happened.
It's real hard to do it constitutionally.
What happened to this country? What happened?
People have become
what?
Bred in circuses. It's gone on since the beginning of mankind. We should save this for the show. This part.
Oh, I just did. I just went live.
Oh, you went live.
Yeah, well, because they were all.
Oh, for God's sakes, man!
Why?
Now we're live.
I'm sorry. Everybody's going to drive me crazy until I go live. No.
What if Hillary tries to kill us?
Let her kill us. I'm not worried about it.
I'm so sick of her, man. I am so fucking sick of the corruption and the bullshit and the crap.
Well, what about the fact that they were talking about breaking the Hatch rule, and here is our president out campaigning for Hillary.
That's all bullshit. The Hatch rule, that's not to do. That's not correct. That's just a bunch of Harry Reid garbage. Is all it is. It doesn't break the Hatch rule at all.
Is anybody in this country honest anymore?
If they do nothing, it breaks the Hatch rule. If they do something, it breaks the Hatch rule. You see what I mean? If they do nothing,
I just want to sit in a corner and cry.
It's guilt by omission, and it's not bringing up something that is vital to the story. And so then you're covering it up. You either cover it up by hiding it, or in other words, the FBI is in the middle of a double-edged sword. I mean, they have got such a freaking hard choice now that it's just so impossible. Because in all reality, she should be in. Their biggest problem is they waited too long. She should have been in an orange jumpsuit a long time ago, man. Like anybody else, she should have been facing the man. She should have the light in her face and some questions being asked a long time ago. And she should have been, there's no doubt about it. All of them. The whole rat's nest of them should have been a long time ago. But because it was, and then now, holy crap, man. Who would have thunk, man?
I know. I just want to sit in a corner and cry when I think about how this country's gone to shit.
Yeah. It's not over yet. We'll see.
Well, she's going to win.
And then what? And then what? And then what? You know what I mean? So.
And people don't care, and I'm just going to sit back and
some people don't care.
And all I'm going to do is sit back and shake my head and say, y'all voted her in. Don't bitch. Do not bitch. Hey, I want to ask you, have you ever heard of a guy named Steve Pashenik?
Yeah,
Who is this guy?
Well, he is he's real deep into the whole frickin', intelligence stuff.
I want to play you something that he said and tell me if it's true, okay? It's 4 minutes long. Listen.
On November 1, 2016, Hillary and Bill Clinton and their entourage of assistants effected a civilian coup. In contrast to the usual concept of a coup where the military is involved and takes over the White House and communication centers, very much like the scenarios you see in a movie, this coup was done silently and very effectively through two methods: corruption and co-optation. The Clintons have been involved in co-opting our White House, our judiciary, our CIA, our Federal Bureau of Investigation, our Attorney General, Loretta Lynch, and our Director of the FBI, James Comey, for some time now. What they've done is to make sure that they were part and parcel of a group of people who were interrelated through political cronyism. However, in order to stop this coup, we in the intelligence community and others involved have informally gotten together, and with their permission, I am beginning to announce that we've initiated a counter coup through Julian Assange and WikiLeaks. What has happened in effect when Comey had to open up the case of Hillary Clinton and discuss the emails that were involved with the Anthony Weiner case, it was not the case itself that was as important as the fact that this was the entree for many of us in the counter coup to say to the administration, we have your number. Not only do we have your number, we're going to stop you from making Hillary the president of the United States. And at the same time, we will convict and indict the president of the United States, Loretta Lynch, and many others who were involved in the cover-up of the massive corruption that occurred under the Clinton Foundation. Now, in both cases, their coup was silent, and our counter coup was silent, and it was all transgressed or occurred on the internet. And this.
Okay, now why is he saying all this right now? What?
Well, because we're right at the cusp of the very end of it, so we're just going to have to see now how this all plays out election-wise, because they're running the clock out exactly right.
I can tell you what's going to happen. Hillary Clinton's going to be the president.
I don't know yet. We don't know yet. There's a lot of historical precedents. Reagan and Carter, a week before the election, Reagan was down by 12 points in the polls. Let's see, Brexit. Everybody thought, all the polls, everything said, and remember, what are the polls? We know how they're twisting things, all that. And then the next question is voter fraud. All comes into it. It all comes to play. We got to all see how the whole battle plays out now.
I guess.
And then once it happens, whatever happens, it's not over. It's far from over. And, this guy, by the way, the question was, who is Steve Pieczenik? He is interestingly enough, he's a psychiatrist. Okay, but he's a former State Department deputy Secretary of State under Henry Kissinger.
How old is he?
Let's see. He was born in 1943.
So he's 72?
Mm-hmm. And so...
71, I guess. I don't know. He just seems to be giving out a lot of really, secrets and stuff. I think it's kind of weird or something.
Well, then right after he put that out, okay, and then you in other words, you see the shock of that, of a guy like this and his position and what he's done in delivering this. But then you see Fox and even CNN and so forth kind of putting out almost a soft version of it, which is, there's a lot of turmoil within the FBI and the CIA over the mid-range people saying this is all bullshit, calling bullshit on it, and going rogue and continuing with things, and the Justice Department trying to throw sand in the face of legitimate investigations. And then the average person has no idea how it all really works, because the reality is that take when I was an MP in the Army, there wasn't a commander in the world or anybody in the world on top of me that couldn't say to me, don't write that guy a ticket, or don't charge that guy, or don't arrest that guy. Okay, it's all up to the observance and the arresting officer and to make the decisions. At least that's how it used to be. And then if you decided to push it to the, in other words, it was you against them. It was the observant and the investigator and the person who had the knowledge and collected the information that had the final say, really, in what was pressed, because then it could come right down to you against that person. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening to every word you're saying.
And so then it has become some sort of strange but understandable hierarchy, which just reeks corruption, to be able to shut down. I don't think people really understand the law. And I think that the powers that be are getting away with a lot of what is not of what is illegal. And that is to they themselves obstruct justice. They themselves think that there's some sort of hierarchical control over what their minions and underlings are allowed or not allowed to do based on their decision. That's not true. The lowest person who is involved in it can make claim. Anyone can make claim. Anyone can bring together evidence. Anyone can bring it forth. Anyone can force the issue in court. And it was like that in the military. The general of the base, nobody could tell a E4 that he could not support his claim or his assertion of anything from a traffic ticket to a barroom brawl or anything else, to bring it to court and press the case. And the only difference is that 99 times out of 100 you had the full backing of everybody above you, because that wasn't their gig, man. You're the one that has the knowledge. You're the one that was there. You're the one that saw it. You're the one that's filing or making charges. Anyone can file and make charges.
Yeah, I'm listening. Did you know that anybody can go and try to get a grand jury to indict somebody?
Well, that's just it now. Go ahead and try now in these days. The quote unquote justice and prosecution has declared themselves to be the all-knowing, all-sayers. In other words, even the FBI cannot convene a grand jury. Really? That only under the guise of the Justice Department, which is only under the guise. I mean, really? The grand jury should sit. They should sit in here.
I know. It's just getting to the point that it's depressing. It's just so. I mean, I could just sit in the corner and cry over what's going on in this goddamn country. The corruption is out of hand, but nobody wants to do anything.
It's so huge and deep. It's so huge and deep.
Hey, you're not telling me anything. I got fucked out of $65,000 this week.
Tell me that story.
The government.
How'd you get fucked out of it?
Well, it just so happens the papers are right here. The Dallas County Bail Bond Board, as usual, the most corrupt board in the history of the country, filed a case to get petition for excess proceeds. I had a house that I had put up for collateral at the Bail Bond Board that I owned 100% outright. And they didn't pay the taxes on it. The property taxes didn't get paid in upwards to $11,000. So they auctioned the house off at the courthouse steps, and they got $80,000 for the house. Well, that left $68,000 left over, and the bail bond board petitioned to get it.
Left over for what? For payment of what?
From selling my house.
Yeah, but for what was the payment? What was the deficit for?
Well, they put a bunch of rigmarole bullshit in here, and I cried. I literally cried. I cried tears. And I'm going to burn them down because I'm going to file for it too, and I'm going to prove that they can't take it because it's a bunch of bullshit. What the fuck? They just said that it was owed. I don't know why. It's all bullshit. It's all lies. It's all fucking lies. That's all it is. That's all they ever do is fucking lie. That's all they did. What?
So
I hate the Leviathan, man. I try to just avoid the Leviathan.
Electrical grid, command center, and their communications.
Who did what now?
United States just hacked into
Who?
the United States.
The United States hacked into the United States?
United States of America hacked into the Russian electrical grid, communication systems, and the command center.
Okay, and that means what?
Well, they're up to shenanigans. They're probably going to try and start World War III or something.
Fine, who gives a fuck? Just nuke us. I'm done. You know, who cares anymore? I mean, it just gets to the point, Jerry. I'm so depressed tonight, Jerry. It just gets to the point. What the fuck are you going to do? Just let her.
Okay,
if she
and that
means what? Oh, sorry. If you want to be president, that goddamn bad bitch, take it. You know, just kill us all. Get us in a nuclear war. Fuck it. I'm sick of it. If she wants it that goddamn bad, that she's.
Who ordered that?
Who ordered what?
Who ordered the U.S. government to hack Russia now backwards?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Vic.
Executive order, Obama.
And you
why?
know this to be 100% true. This isn't some Alex Jones rumor.
No, NBC News. Just 2 hours ago.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Let's see. I'll have to look that up and play it. Okay, where is it at, Vic? How do I look this up?
You just put in U.S. penetrates.
Penetrates?
Yeah. Russian
Penetrates.
electric grid or something like that.
Russian grid. Who? I mean, what is that? What is a grid, and how do you penetrate it, Jerry?
Ooh, I've penetrated a few grids in my life.
Well, I wish somebody would penetrate my grid. What is a grid, and why would you penetrate a grid?
The grid is the electrical grid, the electric grid. Yeah, U.S. penetrates Russia's electric grid. U.S. government hackers penetrate Russian electric grid and communications. Right? Okay.
What? Why? Why would they? I mean, I really want to know. I'm not being stupid. I don't know. What is a grid, and why would you want to penetrate?
Okay, the grid would be the electrical systems, and the grid means they're all connected and connected together. So it's a grid. Okay, the electric grid is, if you're on the grid, that means that you get your electricity from the grid, from the grid could, in a way, be analogous to the established grid. So if you made your own electricity, you'd be off the grid. If you bought your electricity from the system, then you're on the grid.
So why does I don't understand? I guess I don't understand.
What don't you understand about it? I mean,
how do you hack a grid? I thought you hacked.
Okay,
I thought,
so now everything's all connected.
Wait! I thought you hacked a computer.
Well, ran by computers.
Hold on just a second. Okay, everybody stop. I don't know. I mean, why would we want to do? Why doesn't everybody just fucking stop doing everything? Just stop hacking and looking and snacking and nicking and nick. What the fuck happened to everybody? Is Satan running around the world right now? I mean, what the fuck? Stop! Let me finish bitching. What the fuck is going on with everybody? These idiots are going to elect a fucking corrupt hag to be the president of the. Jerry, make it all go.
Can I put it in terms that you may understand a little better?
Jerry, make it all go away.
Okay, they're trolling each other.
I'm just so tired of all this shit.
Well, they're trolling each other.
Everybody's in a bad mood. Everybody hates everybody. Why doesn't somebody just fucking kill Hillary Clinton? Just take her out with a goddamn rifle.
Oh, hey, who?
I don't give a fuck. I'll say it. Execute the bitch.
Oh shit! That's.
I mean, she's.
We live in a country of laws.
Well, they did it to JFK, but they said it was.
Well, the point being that why are we a nation of laws? Why are there laws? Why is there a justice system? It
But she
keeps us from
doesn't-
going at each other's throats.
She
for
doesn't
this
obey
kind of
the
shit.
laws. She doesn't obey the
Well,
laws.
that's the problem. And when there's a breakdown in justice, or even a perceived breakdown in justice, then your reactions, various reactions can be.
I know, I'm being ridiculous, and I didn't mean that, but I'm just saying, it's just, she just fucks everything up. It's just like, it's so bad, Jerry. Everything is so bad right now. Everywhere I go, it's just hack, penetrate, grid, Hillary, lies, deception, corruption. I'm just like, what happened to our pretty little world?
It's gone.
No, it's not. It has to come back.
Well,
I just hate it. I do. I hate this shit. I just want everybody just to calm the fuck down and stop doing all this bullshit. What happened? Who let the wolf in the hen house? Who was not watching the hen house?
well, people start only interested in their own what benefits and maintains their own well-being,
Okay.
and then they will even lie to themselves and have cognitive dissonance over things that are obvious, such as Hillary's corruption. Okay, so
Jerry,
you
why
look at all
can't-
of the
Jerry,
government
why-
union
Jerry,
workers.
why can't people see her corruption? Why?
Well,
Why are there still
well-
idiots that are out there waving a flag saying vote for Hillary? Why can't
Well-
they see it? Why?
Because it affects their own personal pocketbook.
What affects their pocketbook?
Well,
You've always helped me to see things clearly, and I don't see this. I just don't understand why these people are still.
okay, people on government pensions, which is enormous, by the way. I mean, it's sopping up 40% of
So if
all
Trump
of the
gets
tax
elect-
revenue
if Trump
of
gets
the
elect-
state that I live in.
If Trump gets
And
elected,
on
there's
the
not going to
average,
be
I
any
don't know
more
what the
welfare.
average
Is that what the bottom line is?
No, but that's what they believe, or they fear that it's going to mess with that. It's going to mess with their own safety and safety net.
I think it's their
And in a
laziness.
way-
They're
in a
so
way, I
goddamn
really
lazy.
look at
Nobody
it,
wants to
starting
fucking
really
work.
look at it as the empaths versus the sociopaths, because I've talked to. We're riddled with that. Where I live. I mean, I live in a state capital of one of the most liberal states in the entire country, and I'm telling you, I know people and talk to people. My neighbors are these people, and they really don't fucking care. I'm telling you, except for themselves. They really don't give a shit. In other words, they're the big thing is, well, it's a contract. You made the contract with us. Well, we did. No, the legislature that was elected by the government unions and those people and all of that, who have enormous power. Okay. Then have people in the legislature who then vote for like the tier 1 pension fund of, a guaranteed 8%. In other words, if the stock market goes up and their investments go up 22%, well, then they get to keep all that money, but it can never go less than 8%. Well, shit, man. I mean, bonds and it's just so twisted. It's not even funny. And then it reaches a point where it becomes very sociopathic. In other words, is it a suicide pact? In other words, Do you want no money to go into education, no money to go into infrastructure, no money to go into anything because of the complete, total bureaucratic inefficiency and massive amounts of waste, fraud, and abuse that goes on in the system, plus a massive amount of promised guaranteed pensions that were guaranteed in the mid-90s when everything was going great, by the way? Okay. And then when there's nothing left over, so the fuck what? Well, now we just need to go after more money from the producing class, the taxpayers, going after business, going after whatever to get more money to pay off those funds. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And that's all they fucking care about. And then the others, the additional people, it goes all the way back to Plato's Republic, goes all the way back many thousands of years. What do you think of this idea and concept of the Greek democracy? Well, it's a great idea, but it won't work. Well, what do you mean it won't work? Well, because as soon as the people figure out that they can vote themselves bread and circuses, so now you have people on welfare, the government dole, people who make who survive and support themselves on the one end, all the way to the people who are on who are government employees and so forth, all the way up to large corporations who completely, totally rely on government contracts. Defense contractors, abortion contractors, Planned Parenthood, is what any kind of contractors that garner their money off from the federal government, and the people who derive all of that are going to, what's coming out of their mouths is not what is their true reasoning. They're going to use every piece of propaganda and everything they can say and do, and everything against Donald Trump and Republicans or whomever steps forward on the other end of it. They're going to smear whatever they're going to do whatever they can do to protect their bread and circuses.
So it's all about money.
It's all about money. It's all about money. It's all about self-preservation or keeping things the way they are. It's the establishment versus the, shaking things up, disrupt the establishment, start over, blow things up, make things different, do something different, change. The establishment versus change is the easiest way to put it. And people who got it made fear change. And people who got nothing to lose have nothing to lose and want change.
I just see so much different in this country. I just don't want to smile anymore
It's not that bad.
Well, everybody seems to think it's pretty bad.
It's not going to change your life so much, any individual life as much. In other words, we think it's going to have a greater impact than it really is. But in reality,
what I have to say about the whole thing is this one thing that I've always said, and this is the way I feel about the whole thing. Listen.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God brothers all
We're back, I think.
Yes.
And I just don't get it. You know, I see the little ones talk about what they want to be when they grow up, and I don't know what to say anymore. You know, I just want to say, hey, you may not even have a future. You may be dead by a nuclear war or some bullshit like that. I don't know.
But you can make peace in your own world and life outside of that, and then, you know, that has an effect, but not as dramatic effect as we like to think it would in our own direct personal lives. Things are never as bad as we think as they're going to be, and they're never as good as we think they're going to be.
I guess I'm just so tired of everybody with all this doom and gloom and oh, the end of the world and you know, nuclear and Putin, and it gets to be too much for the brain after a while.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean, sweetie? That's all I'm saying.
Oh no, I understand, but the whole thing is that
then it just seems like it's all around Hillary Clinton.
Oh, that's got to end, man. That has got to end.
I've been begging people for months, please, on my knees, don't vote for that woman, please. Because I can just smell corrupt people, and if she was that corrupt as a Secretary of State, what will she do as a president?
Oh, there will be no stopping it. Don't think, yeah. I mean, that's just the way that it works. There will be no stopping it.
She's so evil. You can even hear it in her rallies nowadays. She's just like...
And they follow, and the followers follow, and it's because of exactly what I described, you know? It's because they're going to have pure cognitive dissonance to protect what they have. Because everyone has a fear of loss. Everyone
has a fear of having to get off their fat, lazy asses and go to work. There's jobs.
I don't know any other way at a certain point. You know, imagine being 50-some years old and you worked for the state your whole life or the feds your whole life, and you're in this, you know, making it to retirement, and retirement's threatened, and you know, and you want more. And it's never enough. I mean, it's never enough for anybody. I mean, I know so many people that live a lot better than I do, but they're so frickin' scared, and they're so they have worse problems than I do because their bills are a lot bigger, and they've got to come up with it every month. You know, but I think the Obamacare thing should put people's heads straight. You'd think it would put people's heads straight that you see what happens. And then now, you know, it's like the amount of money that has to be paid more and more each month in the pool of people, you know, it's clear to somebody who can follow it, where, you know, the pool of healthy young people who are incentivized by the fear of having to pay taxes if they don't forcefully buy a commercial product, health insurance, and then, okay, well, we're going to do it, so we're going to just not make it as bad. Well, then they find out that it's easier and cheaper. Easier. I emphasize easier because I know these people, man. I know, you know, I know myself too. So I'll say I know myself too. But like, they just don't go out and take action because they don't see the direct, immediate need for it, and they take the tax hit at tax time. But it's cheaper than them, and not just cheaper. They go to the insurance exchange, and they look at it and they go, okay, this is how much I'm making at my minimum wage job, or my, you know, slightly above minimum wage job, 40 hours a week, or, you know, whatever. And they go and they punch it in, and then they go, holy shit. am I going to really pull that much money out of my pocket, which I don't have because I got my apartment and my car and my insurance and, food, and I might want to go out and do some shit once in a while and whatever. Okay. And that amount of money is like, whoa, to put into something that, you might use in 20 years and you might use next week. I mean, that's the rationale that you're putting on these people to make that decision. They're just not going to do it. They're not going to sign up for it. And so the young, healthy people are not signing up. And then, of course, the people who need it and are desperate and have to have it, and they can get the health care that they need and the no ability to discriminate on preconditions. And so the ill are signing up for it, and the young and healthy, which were supposed to pay for it, okay, are not. And so the whole thing, and then the insurance companies who are paying out but not receiving, paying out more than they're receiving, raise rates, and the rates go up, and then it's a death spiral. It's a total, absolute death spiral. And that should tell you that same death spiral is the death spiral of every socialist program that there is. It's just, that's what happens. It's all well and good until you run out of other people's money. And when you start disincentivizing production and people working hard and using their ingenuity and all that, when you begin to disincentivize that or make it equal to those that can, it's a death spiral. And it doesn't work. And the good news is over time, people start to see that and figure that out.
Mr. Midnight Movie's trying to call in, but I can't. I'll have to add him to the call. It says MMM. That's not Mr. Midnight Movie. It's the fucking Jew. Oh, no, it's him on his cell phone. I can't add you to the call, Mr. Midnight Movie, because you're on your cell phone. I can only add you through Skype.
Tell him to put Skype on his smartphone.
Yeah, I don't know why he's doing that.
You can call your cell phone. Plug that into the unit.
I can only add you on Skype.
I really love you guys, man. I really do.
The ball is right here.
Add you
I just think that you and Vic are the bomb,
Yeah.
And but it's don't take this so don't.
I'm just done.
Relax, just relax
so,
and watch it. Try to step back and look at it more as an observer and less as a participant, if you can. I understand what you just went through with. I mean, I don't understand because I don't understand fully the whole nut of having, especially if you have to come up with that kind of cash out of pocket. I mean, it would be like, believe me, it's debilitated me too. I mean, I've been in that spot too. Or I've been in.
It's not taxes. It has nothing to do with taxes. It has to do with a dirty, rotten, stinking piece of shit people that run the bail bond board. They are criminals. Just Google John Wiley Price. He's an animal. He should be shot. I mean, he's horrible.
Well, maybe it's time to, instead of focusing on that like moth to a flame, maybe it's time to just think of, there's, what can you do to make a living without having to deal with that, without having to deal with it at all?
Oh, no, we're not. Mr. Midnight Movie, I can't answer your call. It's like, I can add you. Wait, let me add him to the call. I want to talk to him. He wants to say something. He's calling me right now, and I can't pick him up. If I pick him up, I'm going to lose you. So, hold on. Let me add. I can
call back in.
No, I can add his number to the call. Hold on a second.
I need to go fill up my nicotine thing and pour more wine anyway. So.
Wait, let me get his number and write it down. It's, okay. Go ahead, and I'll add him to the call. It's.
All right. I'll be back. I'll be right back.
I need to write this down, or I don't know what it is. It is. Hold on, Mr. Midnight Movie. If you're listening, I'm going to add you into the call. It's blah blah blah, and then blah blah blah, and then blah 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 blah. Okay, let me add him to our call. Hold on. Add people, and then I'll put in the number, which is And he'd hang up. He hung up. I think. Are you there, Mr. Midnight Movie? Well, let me try again. Where'd he go? Mr. Midnight Movie, are you there? He's not picking up. Whenever I add him, he disconnects. It says he left a voice message. Let's see what this says.
I'm going to bed. I just saw I'd call you on your radio show. All right, Debbie Boo. I'll talk to you later. All right.
God, I miss him.
All right, this time I'm serious. I'm off to bed. You're being gay.
You're gay. Well, there you go. We missed a call from Mr. Midnight Floovy Pops. But he said he's going to go to bed anyway, so... I hate to be such a downer, but... I guess I just am a downer because I'm just... All of this stuff just gets so maddening after a while, you know? All of this crap with... Ugh.
I'm back.
Hi. He went to bed, he said.
I have been hanging on by the skin of my teeth for a long time.
About what?
Well, so... I mean, I've always thought of this stuff. You know, like, what's going to happen?
You're one of the leaders
people...
you're one of the leaders of a family too. I can't imagine being like in Victor's place or in your place. I mean, what the fuck?
Well, you know, that's just it. It's I have been thinking for many years because I grew up, you know, like, I don't want to say well-to-do, but, you know, upper middle class at the very least. I mean, we were not wanting for anything when I was growing up. And I, you know, experiences between college and then in the Army, meeting a lot of people and knowing a lot of people and visiting families and people my whole life that then in all of this with regards to politics and the economy and where I could see this all going, I kind of when I say I set myself up for it, I didn't think I wasn't as prescient as I'm trying to describe, really. But I've been living minimal existence and making it, just barely making it, month to month for a large chunk of my adult life, and not spending money and staying completely out of debt, and wondering and understanding the housing bubble and people just, you know, expecting that houses were would keep going up in value and then dipping into their equity and spending the money and driving their BMWs and you know, I'm talking about that middle class nouveau riche, not the old smart money. And I wondered what's going to happen to those people.
I know
How are they
exactly
gonna-
the
how are
group
they
you're
gonna
talking
react?
about.
How
I
are
know
they gonna
exactly
deal
who
with
you're
this?
talking about. It's the women that run around in their brand new cars. They spend the fuck out of their husband's money.
They're in debt up their ass.
Oh my God. Like there is this one stupid bitch over here that I'm just like, girl, you are fucking up. She went out and had her stupid husband buy, or she went out and bought a 2017 blah, 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 probably put him in debt $700 or $800 a month. Okay. For this piece of shit. And I've only bought.
And she's the first one that's going to freaking blow her head off when the shit hits the fan.
Yeah,
She
because
won't know
that's
how
what
to
they,
deal with it.
that's
She
what they,
won't know how to deal with it.
that's what they live for. They live in a false world that is all just fake and Jesus Christ, people. I just want to walk around and just open the doors and just slap people. Just say, stop being so stupid. I mean, just, God, I don't know. I'm just pulling my hair out recently with people. But there's some good people I've met, too. I met an excellent doctor I had to go to the emergency room this week.
Why?
Well, I don't go to doctors. I don't have a doctor. I don't, and I wouldn't have gone to a doctor. I thought my appendix was bursting on Tuesday, and I sent out text messages, help, help, I think I'm dying, and everybody came home. Everybody came home from work. What, And they did all this test on me and found out that there's something wrong with my bile in my gallbladder system and all this weird shit like that. I don't know what's going on with it. Yeah. But other than that, I'm healthy. I have clear lungs and good blood and all that stuff.
Huh.
I'm a lot healthier than I thought I was, to be honest with you. Yeah, they did they did a complete urinalysis. They did a CBC workup. They did all this. You wouldn't believe what all they did. It was unbelievable. But
All kinds of blood work and everything.
yeah, they did tons of it, and I'm pretty healthy, I think. Actually, well, I'll say that and I'll drop dead. But I've always had problems with my digestive system. It's never worked very well for some reason. I don't know why. It just never has. And it makes me tired because I just get sick all the time with it. But who cares about
When you
that?
say digestive system, explain that.
The whole fucking thing. It's like everything. It's like I can't eat anything. I'm always sick at my stomach. It's everything is fucked up about it.
Do you do probiotics?
Yep, right here. Right here. Take them every day.
Yogurt?
Ate some yesterday.
You shit good?
Yes, I do. I'm very regular with that.
Well, then, what is it? You just don't feel good? How do you feel? Try to explain to me what's wrong.
I'm always tired. Like right now, I'm laying down talking to you. I'm always goddamn tired. And I know why. I haven't taken my Synthroid for probably 3 days.
Well, I don't know if that's it, but, do you do vitamin B12?
No, I don't do any vitamins.
Try vitamin B12.
I've gone and gotten B12 shots before. They're blood red. And they sting my arm. And
Yeah, but you just got to kind of keep it built up. Just keep taking B12 daily. And then, have you tried that beet powder?
Mm-mm. No,
Okay, you should get a beet powder.
What is that?
Okay, it's like beets. It's dried beets, basically. But loads of antioxidants, tons of energy, feel great. Try it's like a superfood. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Google super beets.
Okay. I'm taking
And then 1 teaspoon is equal to eating 3 beets. And it's really good for the blood. It's good for the blood pressure. It's good for your energy levels. It's loads of antioxidants. It increases the nitrogen in your blood.
I don't know. I just took my thyroid pill. I forgot to take it. And am I depressed? Am I depressing you?
No.
Good. I hope not, because I don't want to.
No, I don't. No, not at all. I mean, I don't at all think of you as A person who's depressed.
Oh, I mean, I'm not depressed. I'm just saying not whatever they call it, clinically depressed.
Oh, no. Am I depressing you? No. No, not at all. I mean, I think, no, don't confuse it with that. I mean, everybody has,
I
I
mean,
feel like it's, like when you have an issue or something, I mean, it's important to,
no, it's just this Clinton bullshit thing.
yeah.
It's just every
Just don't put so much
goddamn
weight on
thing.
it. I mean, it's important,
Every
but don't put
fucking
that
thing
much
you
weight on it.
fucking turn on, Jerry, everything is bad. Everything is fucking bad. Everything. Everything. It doesn't matter if it's CNN, ABC, CBS. It's just, well, today we hacked into the Russian and Hillary Clinton, and today Bill Clinton is a pedophile. It's just, what the fuck?
The thing is about, like, okay, Hillary Clinton, the first quote-unquote woman president,
Ugh.
this could set women back hundreds of years.
No, I don't give a fuck. Who wants to...
Okay, but not that woman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm all for a woman being president, but that could set women back a long time. I mean, it really could.
I hate this fucking shit. I just do. I just can't seem to get my thoughts out. I can't. I sound like a crazy person.
No.
But it's just, if you
A lot of people feel the same way. But it's really, really drawn the lines. If it's done any good, the good that it's done is it's really exposed so much. I mean, it's exposed. I mean, not just for her, for the whole, the entire system is under indictment now. And are we anymore anything relative to a free country and a country of laws, not a country of men? I mean, I've said that for a long time, way before all of this stuff. That is there truly justice?
And now we're hearing satanic cult bullshit with Hillary Clinton, WikiLeaks.
Well,
Julia Assange
true
is
or
dead.
not true.
I mean, blah 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 blah
True
blah.
or not
It's just,
true.
everything is fucking just what the.
True or not true about Podesta and all of that with the, Wicca and all of that. Whether it's true or whether it's not true, oh man, that's just too. I'd get away from that,
What do you mean?
Well,
I'm not near it.
it's too.
What?
It's in other words, there's so many things that are more that need to be drilled down and flushed out, that it will be a big turn. In other words, it's a distraction for a lot of people in terms of it muddies too much of the water. Look at the if you stick to the law and stick to what's wrong and stick to what needs to be adjudicated and rectified as a matter of law, those kind of things, right or wrong, true or false, are a distraction at this point in the game. I mean, right now, there's a big giant court trial going on, and the American people are all the jury, and they're going to vote on the 8th of November. And throwing those kind of things out there isn't going to imagine yourself being in the middle, and imagine yourself getting hit with all these different things. and then all this crazy stuff that's like, woo, you know what I mean? Like, whoa, right or wrong, stick to the law. And the law is she should be in jail. She should be arrested, and she should be dragged in front of, and her, Huma Abedin, all of them should be paraded in front of the American people in frog marched in orange jumpsuits. Now it's too late. It's too close. It's too. Now the only jury that is there is the jury of the American people come vote time. And remember, many of those jurists have something they're protecting. Something a lot more than you and I got. Be honest with you.
You know,
They're
there is
set.
one person
They're
that makes
set.
me feel good. It makes me think that there are somewhere in the government bullshit, whatever, there's somebody with his head on straight, and that is the senator from North Carolina or South Carolina.
Oh, Trey Gowdy.
Trey Gowdy. He is the only thing that's keeping me sane in this goddamn stupid fucked up world right now.
I love
it.
That
Makes me
man.
insane to think about this.
I love that man.
I know, and I love listening to him talk because he makes me feel like my dad's still alive.
I'm not making excuses. I've said it was a mistake and I regret it, and now they apparently want to...
I hate your guts and wish you would die. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm that passionate about this. I am just overwhelmed right now. Let me show you what I'm listening to, Jerry. Watch your screen on Skype, precious love. It just makes me feel like my dad's alive again. There's somebody that's got scruples and morals and I love...
And moxie.
And moxie. I hate to say that word, though, but he just...
I love that word.
He makes me feel good when I listen to him. Last night I listened to him. I went to sleep listening to him just so I could hear his voice.
Oh, he's the man.
To look at emails of one of my staffers, and by all means, they should look at them. And I am sure they will reach the same conclusion they did when they looked at my emails for the last year. There is no case here.
Really? Yeah, one of my staffers. What's her name again? Uma Abedin? How do you say that?
Veterans, maybe?
Yeah, really? Is there really a case here or not? South Carolina Republican Congressman Trey Gowdy. He chaired the House Select Committee on Benghazi that led to the Roswell revelations. He joins us right now from South Carolina. Good morning to you, Congressman.
Look at his little crooked tie. He put his tie on. You know, he's got a ponytail. I love the fuck out of him.
He does?
Yes, I love the
I
crap.
didn't know that.
Yeah, he's badass.
He hides it. I've never known that. I watched him a million times.
See how long his hair is up here? Oh, he's badass as fuck. He's the reason I breathe right now. He is my dad.
Good morning. How are y'all?
We're doing okay. Hillary Clinton is...
How are y'all? He says y'all.
Without apology. With no apologies.
The reported 500,000 north of that emails out there. She's blaming James Comey for this. Do you blame James Comey for these revelations?
Well, to the best of my recollection, Director Comey did not tell her to set up her own private email server. He did not tell her to lie about almost every aspect of the email. He didn't tell Uma Abedin not to turn over all of her devices, and he didn't tell Anthony Weiner to sex with underage girls. So I don't know how Jim Comey is responsible for any of this.
We're getting word this morning, according to Reuters, that Loretta Lynch, she did not want James Comey coming forward with this. She said it violates law and policy. So he allegedly said to her, "Are you ordering me to keep the new Clinton email bombshell a secret?" Now, based on your experience, because you know these folks, did that happen?
I am sure that Loretta Lynch and Sally Yates, her top deputy, had a conversation with Comey, but the FBI director was given a 10-year gig for a reason. So he or she can be independent. And I could have sworn Loretta Lynch recused herself from this investigation because she met with Bill Clinton on the tarmac. So what in the world she's doing talking to Jim Comey about this investigation baffles me.
So, Congressman, you were out on Sunday. You were helping us out to define what this actually means. And, of course, here we are on Tuesday still talking about it. I was on radio yesterday with Congressman Jim Jordan, and he kind of surprised me. He came out and said, I think it was probably not the right thing to do for James Comey to come out like this close to the election. I know you guys are friends. How do you feel?
Well, we are friends. I love Jim Jordan, and he's a three-time NCAA wrestling champion, so I would never disagree with him to his face. But we're 1,000 miles away from each other right now. I think Comey had an obligation. He told Congress the investigation was over. So new evidence came to light. He could have either sat on it and been criticized afterwards for not telling us, or he could have done the transparent thing and said, look, I'm notifying you. He didn't comment on the substance of the emails. He didn't even say that it's directly related to Secretary Clinton. He just said the investigation has reinitiated. So I viewed it as a notice document, and the timing, again, is not Jim Comey's fault. It is not his fault this is coming up a week or so before the election. That is Secretary Clinton's fault.
You know, in South Carolina, there's a saying, it all comes out in the wash. Remember being taught that? Sure. At least we were. And
you know, I just want to say, shut up, bimbo. She says,
I know, seriously.
She wastes so much time.
Only in North Carolina is that a saying.
It'll all come out in the wash. Isn't that's what we were all taught? Now watch her stupid, idiotic question.
Did that come out in Texas? Was that a saying in Texas?
Who knows? I was
going to say because it was a saying in Minnesota.
You're from South Carolina. I can't believe that all this has come forward, this latest investigation, because Anthony Weiner was sexting with some young girl. That could cost Hillary
listen to this question.
Clinton the election.
Now, you know right now Gowdy wants to say, what kind of fucking get the bimbo off. Go make a sandwich.
Yeah.
You know, go back in the kitchen. That's where I stay. I mean, I know my fucking place. I'm not on there trying to sit up straight and wear a mini skirt and look all sexy and fuck. Are you kidding me? Watch him answer this question.
Well, that'd be ironic.
He's trying to be nice. Look at Tucker Carlson. He's going, what the fuck?
Yesterday, she acted like she didn't know who Uma Abedin was, which is laughable. She has no closer age.
Look at the look on his
Abedin.
face, too. Look at that look on his face. He's still like, he's just.
Look at this guy right here.
Okay.
He's going, shut up. Go make us a sandwich.
Both of them are going, okay.
And by the way,
we're severely embarrassed.
These are not Uma Abedin's emails. I don't think anybody cares about her emails.
Right.
She was calling Abedin her second daughter, and now it's one of my staffers.
They would
well,
be email-
you heard about the thing about get Huma out of here.
That Secretary Clinton either authored or received.
Sure.
So these are not Uma Abedin's emails. These are Secretary Clinton's emails. So she can act like she doesn't know Uma, but we know better.
Sure, it all got backed up. It sounds like her smartphone backed up on that thing, and now she's going, I don't know how that happened. I got to ask you this. The letter that came out from the Department of Justice yesterday, that they would be working with the FBI to try to sort.
Jerry, look what they have on the screen.
Okay.
Daughter downgraded.
If
Clinton now
hear
refers to Abedin as a staffer. Look, it's like daughter downgraded.
Yeah, daughter downgraded. But here's the thing about that.
What?
Okay, you know what a drop phone is?
Yeah, I do.
There was a bunch of those Blackberries, and two of them were found in that apartment that were not the ones that were crushed with the hammer and were still there. And from a technical standpoint, what people don't understand is any time that BlackBerry is logged into a particular email account and you have to put the password in and all of that to get your emails and read them, the reason why they use BlackBerries is it pulls in all the emails into the BlackBerry. And the reason why a lot of the people that are business people, travelers, political people, and they fly around a lot, and a lot of times they're outside of internet connection. Well, then with all the emails into the BlackBerry, they can actually read them when they've last downloaded and start answering them, and the next time they're in connection, it goes out there and it sends them all out. Well, then it gets full after a certain time as far as how much is in there. Then, in order to have more room, and they plug it in, you plug it into a laptop or a computer, and it backs all of those emails up on the computer.
I know. I said myself, I bet you what this idiot did is when she was over there at Aberdeen's house, she said, "Can I charge my phone on your computer?"
Or can I, but it might even be even more nefarious, or even gets better than that. There's emails in the WikiLeaks emails about back and forth between Huma Abedin and Hillary Clinton that why don't you just have Anthony or one of his people bring the BlackBerry over to me? Have you seen that one? Okay.
No.
That means that, either both of them backed up all those emails, 650,000, which means all 30,000 of them are in there. And this is this isn't fully verified, but this is the scuttlebutt that's going around, that Huma Abedin logged in as Hillary, and which happens all the time. It happens with my small business clients. They have their assistants log into their email and answer emails for them to vendors and whatnot, right? Okay, so she was logging in and in other words, logging in as Hillary. Okay, that's one thing, or a possibility. Okay, and the other thing is they were backing everything up because they had these BlackBerries, and this is more likely for two reasons: protection and value. You know what I mean? To have all of that information. Because the BlackBerries were drop phones. There were 13 of them, from what I understand now, and they were passing them around, and then logging into emails.
If she didn't get in trouble for doing this at Secretary of State level, what's to prevent her from doing this as a president? She's going to say, "I didn't get in trouble then. I won't get in trouble now."
Well, right, but I mean, the fact is that, and there were loads of.
You didn't answer my question. What would stop her from doing that?
Well, nothing, except that there's an evolution now.
Well, and she also
she'd be able to hide it.
She does favors. She does favors for heads of state that are not our allies. And if she could do them at the Secretary of State level, what could she do at the presidential level?
It would be on steroids.
So why can't the welfare lazy-ass pieces of shit that don't want to work, why can't they see that?
They don't care.
Are people that lazy? I mean, they would rather die than to go to work. Are you fucking kidding me?
They don't know that. They don't look at it like that.
Well, then how do they look at it, Jerry?
No one's going to die. Who's going to die?
There's no other. No, I'm just saying there's no other way to look at it. They're lazy pieces of shit. They would rather go and get a check every month and step on the back of their shoes as they go, slumbering into the welfare office to get their welfare checks or whatever the fuck they do. It just makes me want to throw up. They
don't give a shit.
Makes me. Well, you just. Oh God.
They're just going to get what they're going to get. They don't care. It's a sociopathic mentality across the board.
Ugh. Just hate people.
Huh?
They just
it's not all people. It's just,
just a lot of people.
That's the bread and circuses. That's the whole thing. That's what it's all comes down to. And now it's a matter of we might have caught it we have a chance. That's what Donald Trump's trying to say, is this is your last chance, because we might have a last chance here.
Oh, but we can't vote for Donald Trump because 20 years ago he called somebody toots. 30 years ago he said something under. I don't know.
You know what I think he should do with Paul Ryan?
No.
Grab him by the pussy and get him back on the Trump train.
Paul Ryan's not for him anymore?
Oh, no. Paul Ryan hasn't been for him for a long time. I mean, there's been, offish and, disavow. That was a joke, and he made that audio came out from 1996 when he was on the golf course, and some jackass recorded it, and then now it got out. And I've said a lot of things probably on your show, if you look back and listen to it, that I regret. That would disqualify me from running for president.
Yeah, really. I get what you're saying. Oh, that feels good to laugh. Hey, you want to hear me talking to this idiot at Time Warner Cable that is an absolute idiot? I mean, an absolute idiot. You want to hear me talking to her? If you want to hear me, I didn't know I was being recorded because I had my Audacity on. Listen to this. Listen to the idiocy of this woman, Jerry. Listen.
That video got 675,000 views.
I know.
And it was published on November 1st.
I know. Okay, listen to this, Jerry. Listen to this idiot. I called Time Warner Cable. Was it Time Warner Cable? I called Time Warner Cable to get my IP address changed. Now watch what happens. Hey guys, Debbie here with just a quick update on... Shut up, Debbie. That's not you. It's this one. 1, 2, 3... I call them all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Check. 1, 2, check. Check.
1, 2, 3. I think it's this one.
Peter, pop, 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 Peter, pop.
Syllabus. Found something that I was made privy to. God dang
Rubber
it.
baby buggy bumpers.
Hold on, I gotta find it. This computer music. What is it doing? What? Oh, it's uploading. Hold on. 2 hours. I don't know what that is. Why is it 2 hours and 7 minutes? That's not it. Okay, hold on. It's going to start playing. Let me kill it. And kaboosh. Don't play. That's not it. It was one of these. I saw it just the other day. Oh, no, I deleted it. Why did I delete it? That was so stupid. I must have really been in a bad mood. Gosh, that's too bad too, because it was pretty cool to listen to. Oh well, too bad. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, never mind. What is the miracle of Joey Ramone? I got to figure out what this is now. I hate you two. They always sound the same. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take us off topic.
What topic were we on?
How rotten the country is right now.
Well, don't fall into too much of the hyperbole. I mean, believe me, it's strained, and I really do think, though. I mean, I don't want to. It's not as bad as you think it is.
Not as bad as do you think it is? What is
change as much? It's, in other words, it's not going to affect you.
Oh, I know that, but I don't care about being affected. What I care about is that I used to believe in this country, and I want to believe in this country. I was raised by somebody that was very patriotic, And it's not. It's a rotten, stinking country, and I hate it, and I thought it was a good country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible.
Whatever happened with Don't Mess with Texas, the Lone Star State, and the only state in the Constitution that has it written into their contract with the United States that they can pull back out anytime they fucking want.
Maybe we will. Maybe we'll just become our own country of Mexicans.
You know what?
Maybe we'll become Texaco.
Is doing great.
We're all Mexicans. That's all it is. That is all it is Mexicans, Jerry. I went to the fair, the State Fair of Texas last week, and that's all it is, 100%. Every now and then you see a white family, like once an hour you might see one. That's all it is. It's all it is. It's bizarre. And I know you think I'm exaggerating. That's all Dallas is Mexicans. If I wanted that, I'd live in Mexico. What? What?
Well, I don't know how to answer that. I don't know how.
Well, there's really nothing to say. I'm just making a point here. It's just ridiculous that I know your country sucks, but okay.
I know a lot of Mexicans that are freaking awesome people who own their own businesses and work really hard. And
I don't have anything against Mexicans, but that's all it is.
But
I'm a horrible person.
I'm just saying that.
I'm a horrible person. I've got to be.
If it was the same thing, but everyone was working towards making America a great place and freedom for individuals and, truth, justice, in the American way.
Yes.
I don't care what people look like or what color they are.
Well, it's not so much that I care what they look like. It's just they're all on welfare. Every goddamn one of them. No, it's not true that Mexicans are the hard workers and all that kind of stuff. That's not true. No, it's not true.
Well, I'm saying that I know. I didn't say that. I said that I know. I mean, a lot of my friends are
illegal Mexicans?
No, legal.
I'm talking about illegal wetbacks that
legal.
are over here illegally sponging off of our country and making it worse on us.
But the way you phrased it though was, and I don't mean to take you on this, Deb.
No, I understand.
I'm saying that you said that when you went to the state fair. Well, did you card everyone? Were they all illegals? Were they? I mean, if you go to Florida and you go to around Miami and whatnot. I mean, it's like loads and loads and loads of Cubans. And I am telling you, man, those Cubans are awesome. Awesome. I mean,
watch this, Joe. Watch this, Jerry.
Running businesses, working hard.
I used to hire illegal Mexicans to work for me, and they don't work hard at all. As a matter of fact, I think that was half the problem with my bond office. But anyway, watch this, Jerry.
Now, having said all this, why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask?
Look at the reasons. God.
Nobody should be fooled.
I found this new channel that I love. They get right to the point. They make it quick. They
What channel's that? Send me that.
This one, they hit it.
I gotta put that out on my. Let's go do this. Let's do this.
Yeah, they hit it.
Do you have a Twitter? Do you have a Twitter account?
Of course, I have Twitter. Let me show you how else they do it. They hit it. Boom, 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 boom. They get in there and they get it done and they get off. They make them short, quick. And I found
Well, send me
out
that link and I'll put it out on my Twitter feed. And I'm going to show you who I am on Twitter. One of my Twitter accounts.
Here's their Twitter account. I'm going to follow them.
And then I want to put it out on my Twitter because I got a lot of followers. And
these people are badasses, piss. And they have all these quick, like, this one is even greater. Watch this one. Let's see. Here's another one.
In June of 2014, you had been sworn and were asked a series of questions by our chairman, one of which was, have you ever used personal email for official business or communication? And again, under oath, Dr. More Arasso, your answer was, well, yes, out of ignorance. What was the source of your ignorance?
Well, what I found when I get into the agency is that it was normal custom.
Who told you that with specificity?
Well, I just saw the experience that everybody used Gmail for certain communications.
Everybody?
Everybody that communicated with me, yes. And they used
Did you
email.
Did you consult any manuals? Did you seek any legal guidance as to whether or not that was in compliance with the Federal Records Act?
My understanding at the time
Mr. Arasso, did you know you were fucking up?
is that the communications through Gmail were acceptable. And,
all right, good.
I'm
glad you brought that up because your answer continued at the beginning of my tenure. I used to write drafts or positions. When did your tenure begin, Dr. More Arasso?
In June 2010.
So the beginning of your tenure would reasonably be construed as what? Since you answered under oath that you limited yourself to using personal email during the beginning of your tenure, what's a reasonable understanding of the beginning of your tenure?
I told you, June 2010 is the beginning of my
6 months? 12 months?
3 months.
3 months. So your testimony is you did not use personal email more than 3 months after the beginning of your tenure, which would be in 2010?
No, that's not my answer. What I did.
I'm reading your answer, and your answer was at the beginning of my tenure, I used to write drafts or positions.
Yeah, right.
Did you ever use personal email after the beginning of your tenure, which you defined as 3 months?
When I was notified by my counsel that this was not a good record-keeping practice,
I really am looking for a yes or no answer initially, and then you are welcome to explain. Did you use personal email after you had been on the job 3 months?
Probably yes.
Probably yes or yes?
Yes. I mean,
okay, good.
I didn't
Thank
know
you.
that I shouldn't.
See there, it wasn't that complicated.
Yeah,
the answer
is
yes.
I did recognize that this was not a good record-keeping practice.
And then you went on to say,
it was pointed out to me, and I ceased to do this.
The court reporter's going to have enough trouble without us talking over each other, Dr. More Arasso. You also said you used to write drafts or positions before I would put it as, and then you were cut off. Did you ever use personal email to do anything other than write drafts or positions?
Yes, I transmitted.
All right, so that answer that you gave Chairman Chaffetz was incorrect. And
you know, why can't they just say yes or no? They always go into some diatribe, and Trey Gowdy's
yeah, but it's the same thing for anybody, though. I mean, I'm not defending him, believe me, I'm not. I'm just trying to explain that if you were on a stand, okay, did you have any relationships with any men other than your husband, Debbie?
No.
No relationships. You never had a relationship with any other man.
Define relationship.
Exactly. Well, that's good, though. That's actually a lot better. Define relationship.
I know how the court systems work, and I would be scared to death of this prosecutor.
Don't so much, and they.
Well, then they're idiots. Okay, they're all stupid idiots.
No question. There's any yes or no question comes with a caveat. You know what I mean? So you want to get that out. That you want to try to.
It depends on how they ask it, I guess.
You know.
Here comes another good one. Watch this one.
Have you heard of this one? Of these things? Have you heard about the Jeffrey Epstein? the guy the multi-billionaire that's in prison for 20 years for child molestation, that was a huge Clinton. That Bill Clinton flew on his private jet, and he had an island called Lolita Island.
Oh, yeah, I've heard all about that bullshit.
Heard about that? Well, yeah, but then now, guess what's come out?
What now?
Hillary was on that plane and went to Lolita Island by herself with them about 6 or 7 times.
Ugh.
You want to see something on that?
First, let's watch this. I love this.
You know, I am sick and tired of the negative, dark, divisive, dangerous vision and behavior of people who support Donald Trump. It is time for us to say no. We are not going backwards. We're going forward into a brighter future.
Ugh.
And the New York Police Department has all the goods on it. And there's a big, huge, enormous war and battle.
Oh, I know. The New York Police Department is saying if you fuck with us, we will indict. We will whatever. Yeah. And then the other ones are saying we'll indict the officers that choked out the fat guy or something. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, there's a big battle going on between the feds and the New York Police Department right now.
Can you believe that, though?
I sent it to you in Skype. I sent you the New York Police Department has pedophile evidence.
But it just seems like none of it matters.
Because they were the ones that were, because that makes sense. They were the ones that were the investigating the Wiener case. They're the ones who brought forth, oh my God, we got this laptop. We were looking for child porn and problems and things with Wiener, and we came across all this, and then they passed it on to the FBI, and then now there's 5 departments of the FBI or areas of the FBI that are investigating, and the Justice Department, the Loretta Lynch people and whatnot are threatening and doing everything they can to shut it down.
Ugh, I hate Alex Jones's voice.
I know.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Alex Jones.
Joining us, Eric Prince, NYPD ready to make arrests in Anthony Weiner case, goes on to say, pedophile island, that's why they're upset, little kids. I saw you during the break holding up some of the investigative material. This is about to get bombshell. So, Mr. Hagman, let me give folks your website out, obviously. It's go to it all the time, but I'm so angry I can hardly even think right now.
It's HagmanReport.com.
That's right, HagmanReport.com. This is recap your sources, what they said, and go ahead and go with all of it. I know you don't want to say it because it sounds so crazy, but you know what? They're the ones that are crazy, not us. Tell folks what's happening.
Well, I think you sense my reluctance to talk about this on Wednesday. I didn't know how far this was going to come out. My sources at the periphery of this investigation, and even within NYPD, said, look, this is not just about sexting. This is not just about espionage. This is about child pornography. I've been an investigator for 30 years. It was back in 1987 when I was first exposed to satanic ritual abuse, satanic crimes, cult like this. And I wrote about it in my book, Stained by Blood, okay? Now, having said that, I've seen some things that I just couldn't believe possible. But when you take what I've seen with that and now connect it to
he's a very religious man too. He believes he's a Christian and he's a real religious man. He's a family man. He's a good man. Believe it or not.
Government. It makes it even more putrid if that's possible. Just to give you an example, I have not showed this to anyone before. And I debated whether I should show it now. But this is the kind, and I'm about ready to show you this with your permission. It's censored out, so it should be okay. We
blacked out the areas, yeah.
Right. This is one of the files that was found during the search of of Weiner's computer.
WikiLeaks leaked to We Are Change that was bold enough to go with the angle that this is about child trafficking. Now, what does that tell you? WikiLeaks leaked the link to the media that figured out what was going on first. That tells you WikiLeaks is getting ready to release the pedophile info.
I would urge everyone looking at these emails, because there are so many of them with respect to Podesta. We found, well, my source, I shouldn't say we, my source.
And let's be clear, your source gave you that photo just as an example of what's...
Right.
And obviously gave you one of the lighter ones, because it would even almost be illegal, even though you're an investigator and accredited, to even share that with you.
Right, and actually, I could probably take the tape off, and it wouldn't really mean anything. It would be fine. But the fact is, and by the way, this was not transmitted over any electronic device.
Exactly.
Okay, this was hand delivered to me. But having said that, there's indications of dark web accessing the dark web. Of course, there is a subtext or coding to some of the emails that Podesta and others have, including Hillary, and whom I have been engaged in. For example, pizza party. I'll just leave this out there. Pizza party. That's not exactly what it means. Don't bring your favorite video over for pizza night. A pizza party is something that has sexual connotations.
No, it goes to cheese pizza, which is child pornography, CP. Just saying. But I'm a troll.
Spirit cooking even has a different connotation to it as well. Some claim that...
well, Crowley said it meant cooking children.
Exactly. And for as much... Now, look, I don't know, in that respect, I don't know what the...
Because they're torturing a soul, a spirit, a child.
Exactly. But I'll say this. There is enough, according to my source who provided me with that documentation...
Oh, you're gold, brother. I mean, you said the press conference was going on. Here it is in Breitbart with Eric Prince of everybody saying it. Total credibility with his sources. So what else are your sources saying?
Well, this is big. This is going to involve not just the Clinton campaign, but it's also going to involve high congressional staffers, high congressional congresspeople on the left and the right, on the Republican and Democratic side. They knew about this. They were part of this.
When you talk about electronic, clearinghouse for this, that's what they're doing as they compromise. They think they're above the law. They're roping other people into it, so they can then corrupt and control them.
A good point too, because there is some high-level Wall Street bankers that are not only engaged in this behavior, but have on video this kind of behavior. And people might say, well, just go ahead and show it, let it out to everyone. Well, I don't think you can really do that. But some of the documentation, including that is
this should all come out. But folks, it has to be done right. The stock market's going to crash. I mean, this will cause a civil war. Okay? I mean, I'm already feeling very angry right now, okay? And so, quite frankly, I haven't been showing these videos of the satanic rituals that are just their public ones because it's so provocative.
At this point, everyone I've seen, with respect to everyone who's been mentioned involved in this investigation, as far as I'm concerned and based on my sources, has been sexually compromised. There's just, the blackmail... gone are the days, where you could be blackmailed for being a homosexual. This is exponentially worse than that. This is actually criminal behavior that involves children, animals, and the sickest things you can ever think of.
Sure, let me bring up our article that's on Infowars.com that Paul Watson put out that's on DrudgeReport.com dealing with the head of the Clinton campaign being involved in Aleister Crowley rituals, specifically the Satanist of Satanists, the bottom of the barrel, the worst of the worst. I mean, you cannot make this up. The guy they call the most evil man to ever live reportedly sacrificed his own son in a ritual in Spain, or was it Portugal? They're on the side of a mountain. This is the type of crap we're dealing with. And if you scroll down, WikiLeaks, Assange tweeted out, "We are changes analysis," linking it into the Haitian kids that got illegally smuggled in and stuff. And what does that say that WikiLeaks linked to them? What is WikiLeaks trying to say there?
And Alex, it's for the people listening to this that find this difficult to believe. It's not important what we believe. What we believe, they don't care what we believe. It's what they believe that they consider to be important. So if they believe in this,
no, we're like anthropologists looking at what the Laotians believe, or we're looking at what Pygmies believe, or the Romans believe, and you look at it, they're a bunch of filthy, crazy Satanists.
All of the components are here to expose the greatest perversion, the greatest satanic, and I mean satanic, cabal of people that are associated with Hillary Clinton and the people in the halls of of power in the United States.
I want to see 10 million viewers tune in over the...
Wow, that was pretty powerful. You know, I mean, think about what he said. He said this could expose one of the most satanic. I mean, what? My God!
Yeah, but you know, that's just it. Okay, it's so crazy and so out there that
you think it's a smokescreen?
It'll cause people cognitive dissonance. In other words, they'll just write it off as crazy kook talk, like they always do. And then it kind of damages the thread of where, if you go strictly to a point of law, you know, what's the evidence? Just the facts, ma'am. Give me the facts. Present those facts. This is the law. This is what was violated, and someone needs to go to jail. You know what I mean? And so, it's so crazy that it may be debilitating to the effort to bring forth justice.
It's
right or
like
wrong.
Alex Jones versus listening to Trey Gowdy.
Right.
Trey Gowdy is more of the facts, and this guy's more like, hey, did you hear, you know, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
I just never can ever get into... I try to get into Alex Jones, and I just can't. I just can't.
I know what you mean. You think as a fellow Texan, though, that you'd like him, but...
Oh, I don't give a fuck about Texas. I'm just saying it's just insane that some of the shit he does is so crazy.
Well, like that. See? But so much of the shit is true. And it's proven to be true in a lot of the ways. I mean, you know, you go back a few years, all this stuff was talked about. From the voter fraud to the, you know, corruption within government, all of these things. And now it's no longer conspiracy theory. It's just plain old conspiracy. You know, there's a bunch of people involved and it's a fact. I mean, you know, it's no longer a theory. It's right there. In other words, there's so much stuff I've read, so much stuff in the WikiLeaks emails, so much stuff in the news, so much stuff with the not just the emails, but the Clinton Foundation, especially the Clinton Foundation, all of that you'd have to be an idiot to, you know, not indict and not know that there needs to be a fair trial over this stuff. In other words, if that's not something that would put somebody in chains and drag before the man, you know, drag before a court of law, nothing would be. You know? It's like
something's going on live. I don't know what this is. Can we see what this is?
There's some of the stuff is articles that I've got, but like what was in Breitbart, and it's a long article, so I don't know about reading it or anything like that, but on the show, but if what you read there and what's there and what you can find out for yourself about, then nothing is. There's nothing anybody at that level would be able to do or bring forward that would bring forth an indictment. Nothing. Now, here's the particular article. I'll put it in the... So this is the Eric Prince, New York PD, ready to indict, and the troubles with the Justice Department.
Can you read it or scan it?
I can read some of it.
Do that, please.
Yeah. All right. Okay. New York Police Department ready to make arrests in Wiener case. Okay. Eric Prince told Breitbart News, Sirius XM, that according to well-placed sources in the New York Police Department, New York wanted to do a press conference announcing the warrants and additional arrests they were making in the Anthony Weiner investigation, but received huge pushback from the Justice Department. I mean, it's not like the foreign intelligence agencies leave a thank you note after they've hacked and stolen your data, Prince said to XM Sirius host Alex Marlow. Prince claimed he had insider knowledge of the investigation that could help explain why FBI Director James Comey had to announce he was reopening the case. Because of Wienergate, and this makes sense because, see, the FBI, it would be a local, statewide local thing. The sexting scandal and, the pedophilia and all of that would be something that the local police would be doing, not the FBI. Okay? And they were, and so that makes total sense. Makes total sense to me as a, former person who did this kind of stuff, and probably to Vic too, I would think. Through a subpoena, through a warrant, they searched his laptop that the NYPD got, and then that's when they found the 650,000 emails, because they were looking for child porn stuff and stuff like that on Anthony Weiner's computer. Then they found way more stuff and information pertaining to a lot more than that case. They found State Department emails. They found a lot of other really damning criminal information, including money laundering, including the fact that Hillary, this is the thing that's been going on for a long time now. The Jeffrey Epstein thing, and Bill Clinton flying on his plane more than 20 times and skirting Secret Service. In other words, going without Secret Service and hiding from them and not confronting it and disappearing on this guy's plane. And that happened more than 20 times. Well, now, according to these emails that were found by the New York Police Department, according to Eric Prince, Hillary Clinton went to Lolita Island, which is 6 times by herself. And the amount of things they found in these emails of criminal activity by Hillary, by her immediate circle, by other Democratic members of Congress, was so disgusting they gave it to the FBI and said, we're going public with this if you don't reopen the investigation and if you don't do the right thing with these indictments, is what the New York Police Department told the FBI. And it said one police the NYPD wanted to do a press conference announcing warrants and arrests they were making, and then they got an enormous pushback by the Justice Department and threats and everything else. Okay, and then it said that the Justice Department threatened to charge someone that had been unrelated, in the attack of Eric Gardner. So they were in other words, there's a war going on. There's a battle going on. And it goes on and on and on and on. It goes on and on and on. And bottom line is the Justice Department is trying to run the clock out to prevent any justice from being done. But it's not going to be over. I mean, all that stuff's going to continue. It's just going to be a constitutional crisis if she gets elected.
But nobody can see that. So many
a
people.
lot of people do see it.
But a lot of people don't see it.
A lot of people don't care.
I'm ashamed
they care
to live
about
in the same
themselves,
country with these
and
people.
they don't see that far in front of their face. They don't see out further than they're in fear for losing what they have, are in cognitive dissonance, fighting to maintain what they've got. People genuinely fear loss. And the people that are deriving their substance, whether it be, once again, government workers, establishment, Wall Street people, they fear the alternative. They fear change because they want to keep what they've got going good right now. They want to keep the buttered corn coming. Then the other side is people who, and there's a lot of people on our side that are sociopathic and don't give a shit. They're out for themselves too, but they're not part of the bread and circuses. They don't derive from that. They derive from running their own businesses, doing their own thing, and making, but they're just as sociopathic as the other side. No doubt about it. It's just that they're not in that club over there. It's two clubs fighting each other, and most of us in the middle picking a side and balancing what are we deriving from it. I personally get nothing from the government, and put in a lot more than what I derive from it, in my opinion. So therefore, I'm on that side of it. And people, you know as well as anybody, people have this unbelievable ability to justify anything as long as they can justify their own benefit.
Yeah. Okay. I guess. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to believe in that, you know. Shut up, Barco. Don't make me destroy you. I'm not in the mood to destroy you tonight, Barco, which I usually do. Somebody better push like in that chat room, you mullets, all right? I've got 2 likes and one of them's mine. Don't make me destroy you, barge pull. You little troll piece of shit. I could shake off my dust off the bottom of my shoes. Anyway, all right, I understand everything you just said, and the New York Police Department is they're in a standoff with the feds up there.
Mm-hmm. Well, with the Justice Department.
With the Justice, well, same thing, you know, whatever.
But there's at least 400 FBI agents that disagree with the Justice Department. Last I counted. And they're not happy. There's a civil war going on within, and you know, going all the way back years ago, 2006, 2008, Ron Paul Revolution Radio, We the People Radio Network, back when we were all just a bunch of kook conspiracy theorists, well outside of the establishment, ran everything way before the Trump thing and everything. I always said the only hope for this country is not in the people with their arms and their rural cabins and farms. You know, that's not the nation and truth, justice, and the American way. The Constitution of the United States. It comes down to those people within the FBI and the military who stand up, take notice, and say no mas. This is illegal. This is illegal. You know, when I was in the Army, one of the conflicts always was just like what was brought out in the movie A Few Good Men, where at what point do you is an order, you know, the World War II, and then afterwards the Nuremberg trials. I was following orders is not an excuse. You have a responsibility to disobey a unlawful order. What happens if your commander tells you to do something that is a war crime? Right? Okay. And or a crime nevertheless. Okay. And so I remember talking to a 3-star general when I was in the Army and saying, well, what do you do about this? You know, when your commander, you know, you're caught in between this rock and a hard place of disobeying a direct order and facing court-martial versus obeying a unlawful order. You have a responsibility to not obey an unlawful order. Well, how is the lowly private or PFC supposed to make that determination, you know? And the general said, well, you know, all I can say is that at a certain point you have to choose your conscience. There's a certain point where, no, I'm not going to go massacre that town of women and children and babies, okay, on your orders. I'm not going to do it, okay? And it comes down to when you are right or when you think you are right, you have to stand up to the top of the highest mountain and scream it to the top of your lungs to everybody that'll hear you, okay? But you damn well better be right. And that's the dilemma, or that's the who amongst us is willing to stand up on top of the highest mountain, scream it to the top of our lungs, and call foul and call wrong, okay? And you damn well better be right when you do it. And you still may fail.
All right. Well said. I hate politics.
I do too. It's horrible. It's horrible.
It is
and
a horrible
time
to be. I know. It's just like I don't
mouths,
blah 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 blah. Go ahead. Listen to this, Jerry. Listen.
And let me tell you something. None of Trump is American. All of his family, all of his wives, everything of him is immigration. His wife is from the Czech Republic. Is he trying to kick her out?
No, of course not.
His parents aren't American, trying to kick them out?
No, they moved here legally.
His children, they aren't fully American. They plan to kick him out?
Now, Jerry, I want you to tell me, is this person a male or a female? Let me show you this. And I saw this.
Pat. It's Pat.
It's definitely Pat. Watch, Jerry. Watch my screen. Look. Is this male or female?
Pretty sure that all these people moved here legally, though.
Okay, so you're saying that just because...
Who can say where the road goes, where the day
flows? Let me just say, this is a Bernie rally. Try going to, like, the zoo.
Well, that's a very clever suggestion.
Or the depths of hell itself. Have a good day.
Ooh, sassy.
I love my new channel I found. I'm going to marry these people. I am going to marry these people. They keep everything.
Look up the most recent Mark Dice.
I like Mark Dice, but I love these people. I mean, these people are insane. And the reason they're called 1791 is in 1791, that was when the French... and these people are out of the UK, so they can say anything. They're not scared of anything. And they're just so funny the way they do things. They're so aren't they cute because they're so short and just to the point. I love it.
Well, that was sharp, though. That was very sharp on her part. To just basically let it stand.
I love when people talk
Let the ignorance speak for itself.
I know. I love when people talk to those idiotic Trump, what they call people that, Trump.
Oh, Mark Dice really pulls out the idiocracy.
Oh, I know. I love him. I love Mark Dice. He's one of my favorite. He laughs at the people so funny. He laughs at them. He's so mean.
Well, he's honest. He just pulls out the total ridiculous idiocracy of the average.
Hillary Clinton has announced her plan to help repeal the Bill of Rights for the New World Order and progress America and help with the government.
That's an old one. Hold on. Let's go to his most recent.
There's a brand new one. Go for the brand new one.
18 hours ago? 18 hours ago?
Yeah. I just saw a very recent one.
Okay. This is so good. I just love listening to him.
That was incredible.
We now have confirmation from WikiLeaks that John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman, attended at least one satanic ritual spirit cooking party. One of the top trends on Twitter at the time that I'm recording this video. A lot of people are wondering what spirit cooking is. Is it just some kind of performance art? So let's take a look at the spirit cooker Marina Abramovic, or however you pronounce this, on a Reddit Ask Me Anything about the distinction between her art and magic. Magic spelled with a K on the end, which is Aleister Crowley's brand of magic, which means real satanic occult magic. Not your typical stage magic sleight of hand that so many people think magic is. Somebody asked, Marina, what place do you see the occult having within contemporary art? Can magic be made, not simply appropriated or performed? Marina answers, everything depends on which context you are doing what you are doing. If you are doing the occult magic in a context of art or in a gallery, then it is art. If you are doing it in a different context, in spiritual circles or a private house or on TV shows, it is not art. The intention, the context for what is made and where it is made defines what art is or not. So the fact that John Podesta and his brother were invited and most likely attended this spirit-cooking private party shows that according to Marina's own words, the context is that it is an occult ritual. It is not art. In Marina Abramovic's video where she's painting in pig's blood on the walls about sperm and breast milk and cutting people, this is likely in the sex magic tradition of Aleister Crowley, who believed that mixing semen and blood and baking them into cakes created a kind of magical elixir that he thought would extend one's life. The same Aleister Crowley who wrote in this book, Magic in Theory and Practice, that I'm holding in my hand, that he believed that if Satanists murder children in a satanic ritual, that they will get magical power. Listen to this excerpt from this book, Sex, Sorcery, and the Spirit, written by an Aleister Crowley follower, Jason Miller, where he says that the OTO, the Ordo Templi Orientis, that's Aleister Crowley's sort of secret sex magic secret society, the 11th degree is largely dedicated to the cultivation of sperm in the anus. Some evidence in Crowley's diaries that he used the anus of both men and women in the 11th degrees. In some writings, the point seems to be to cultivate the sperm alone. In others, it seems to combine it with the blood that seeps in from the tearing of the anus and the remnants of feces. In this theory, the blood attracts demons, and the sperm brings them to life. He goes on to say, in Aleister Crowley's system of magic, menstrual blood is extremely important, and
God
the cake
help
of
me.
light consumed as a Eucharist.
All right, that's enough. That wasn't the one. But
I've died and gone to hell.
Menstrual blood.
Shut the fuck up,
we're
Mark.
done. Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
We're done. Jerry.
I've heard enough. I've heard more than enough. I've heard all I need to know.
What is the
Hillary
funny one, though?
Clinton
I want to
has,
show people how
announced her
funny he
plan.
is, though.
Crazy, wacky stuff.
We're done. We got to get a funny one, though, here. Wait. Trump predicts Hillary's downfall will be caused by huge Hillary for prison sign at the World Series. Clintons are a crime family, admits former FBI assistant. This one's 2 minutes long. Let's try this one, okay? Wait. Trick or treat, free 100-ounce bar of silver or free Hershey bar. What? Okay, let's try this one, Jerry. I like Mark Dice, but I love my 1791 channel. I truly
Watch
do.
that. Let's watch another one of those now.
This one, oh, they're so short and to the point. I love these. I don't know who these people are, but I love them to death. Here's one that was just a week ago. It's called The Most Transparent Administration in History.
Track record of transparency. I'll make our government open and transparent. We'll do it in a transparent way. I want transparency. I want accountability so that the American people can be involved in their own government. Let me say it as simply as I can. Transparency and the rule of law will be the touchstones of this presidency. This is the most transparent administration in history.
The war on whistleblowers that's been occurring easily for the last decade, but of course has escalated under the most recent president, who brought charges against more whistleblowers than all other administrations combined.
Well, look, I think it's embarrassing for a head of state to go on like that for 45 minutes and say almost nothing. Unfortunately, one has to deconstruct a little of what has been said in the points that you've raised. It's clear that the president would not be speaking today were it not for the actions of Edward Snowden and whistleblowers before him like Frank Drake and Binney. Those national security whistleblowers have forced this debate. This president has been dragged, kicking and screaming, to today's address.
Tier of classification. This is the same president who has set records for his failure and refusal to turn over files when requested by the public.
Listen to the music they're playing in the background.
I know. It's like
it's very somber.
It's like a funeral.
I know, it's very somber.
It's a funeral for our country.
They're so funny the way they do this stuff on this channel, though. It's 1791L on YouTube. If anybody wants to know what I'm watching, it's just unbelievable. Funny people. They get to the point. They make them short and sweet, and they don't mess around with intros and all this bullshit. You have to listen to some idiot talk. They just go right to what you want to watch. They don't have this somebody going, now today we're going to watch this and watch that. And they they hit it and, they just bam, 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 and it's done. I love them to death. Let's see. Here's one it's a little bit longer. That's 5 minutes. That's a little bit long. But I like to do stuff that's quick on here. Let's see. Wait, let me find one more by these people. I love the fuck out of these people. I'm laying down, so I have to move everything over. All right, let's go back to their channel, and let's see. Look at how many I've watched. So many of them say watch. Let's see. Here's one.
Go to their channel and look at the most recent one.
Here's the most recent one. It's 3 minutes long.
That suggests that we ban entire religions from our country. We can't afford a commander-in-chief who insults POWs. Or attacks. No, wait. Hold up. Hey, hold up. It's okay. Hey! Hold up! Hold up. Hey, listen. Hey. Listen up. Hey, everybody. Hey. Listen up. Hey. I told you to be focused, and you're not focused right now. Listen to what I'm saying. Hold up. Everybody sit down and be quiet for a second. Now listen up. I'm serious. Listen up. You've got an older gentleman who is supporting his candidate. He's not doing nothing. You don't have to worry about him.
You know what? I like how black Obama becomes when he's around a bunch of black people. He ain't doing nothing.
He ain't doing nothing, man. Shit, man.
Maine.
He ain't doing nothing, man. He's an old man out there, man.
Isn't the USA chant, isn't that Donald Trump? When they go USA, isn't that?
Bizarre. It's all bizarre. Boy, he really worked hard to try to get control back of that crowd.
And he never got control of, and that's just it. That's the funny part about it, is they just don't listen to him, and it just is so indicative of the way he just has lost control of this country. That's one thing he's going to have on his resume, is that the whole thing went shitty on his watch.
Yeah. His legacy. That's what, and then that's what he brings up all the time in the speeches whenever he's, when he's out there for Clinton, was essentially, you're going to be a stain on his legacy if you don't vote for Hillary. That's his message to the black people. You're gonna wreck everything that I promised you that I didn't deliver in 8 years, and you're going to ruin the whole mystique if you don't vote for Hillary, then it's going to hurt my legacy, man. Because it's all about his legacy.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
What about the American legacy? What about the legacy of the United States of America of, individuality, freedom, do as you will, harm no one.
Right.
Truth, justice, the American way is the best way I can, express it. But,
that's
a
my
nation of
man.
law.
That's my man, Trey Gowdy. That's the only person left. A few of them on the Senate are the only ones left that are really thinking like that.
I like Jason Chaffetz a bit.
Oh, I love him too. Ooh, he gets me all bubbly inside.
Mm-hmm.
I love to watch him tear into those stupid son of a bitches and just rip them a new one. I love Chavis.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he? Where is he at? Is he Texas? No. Where is he?
Utah, I think.
I don't remember. I love him. I love him to death.
Yeah, I think it's Chaffetz.
My favorite
Jason.
My favorite, is it Jason Chaffetz?
Jason, yep.
No, it's Jason.
Jason.
Is his first name Jason?
Jason, yep. Jason, and then CHA. As soon as you start going, see, there you go. Chaffetz, right there.
I love watching him tear into somebody. My favorite Jason Chaffetz is when he tore into. Wait, I think this is the one I watched, which is absolutely hysterical. Preserve Hillary Clinton files. I love watching him tear into somebody. It's hysterical. Because they're so honest, and that's.
Okay, go to this one right there. That looks like a good one there. Jason Chaffetz slams FBI agents right from the start on Hillary Clinton.
Which one?
Down there, right there. Your arrow, 2 down from your arrow.
Oh, okay.
Committee on Oversight and Government Reform will come to order. We have an important hearing today. I appreciate you all being here. I got to tell you, though, I wish I didn't have to compel you all to be here. We asked you, as legislative liaisons, to come participate with us, in which you refused. So the Committee on Oversight will come to order, and without objection, the chair is authorized to declare a recess at any time. We have a couple goals for the hearing in our investigation and our need to do our constitutional duty. One, the FBI needs to produce its full investigative file to the United States Congress. And I mean the full file, not just the parts the FBI deemed relevant. Right now we only have the 302s handpicked by the FBI. We decide what's relevant, not the Department of Justice, not the FBI.
302 is the forms that they file for when they do an interview of anyone.
Should be released to the public as quickly as possible. It has been more than 20 days since I'm sure the very first FOIA request was put out there, and by law that should be out there. I want to commend the FBI for already releasing its investigative summary report and Secretary Clinton's 302 interview summary to the public. We do appreciate that, and it's duly noted. But there are still a number of 302s left for the FBI to release. We were surprised to learn that the 302s, the so-called investigative files provided to the United States Congress, at least to the security officer, were only a portion of them, not all of them. And 3, all members of Congress should be able to review the entire file. Right now, unless you're part of the Intel Committee, Oversight Committee, the Judiciary Committee, and the Appropriations Committee, these are if you're a member, you have to be on those committees in order to view what is currently in the SCIF. It's unclear to me how the FBI can prevent a member of Congress from seeing what we're already allowed to see by law. Yet here they have done so. Even the unclassified information, that's what's mystifying to me. Even the unclassified information you're preventing members of Congress from seeing. But we do believe we should be able to see the file and the whole file. And it's disappointing that we are here today. We have a number of questions about the redactions, the classifications. I thought a number of those things would best be answered in a briefing. You know, Elijah Cummings, the ranking member here, has made a point on several occasions that rather than just going right into a hearing, let's go to a briefing. We had legitimate questions. We did have this plan for last week. We did have more than 12 members of the Congress show up to have that briefing, and none of you showed up. That's inexcusable. You're the congressional affairs officers. It's your job to talk to Congress. And for some of you, I had to threaten to send a subpoena just to get you to appear today. We did some math.
Look at all their faces.
We got 7 of you sitting
I
here.
know.
Between your compensation and your benefits package, you make more than $1 million from taxpayers. Taxpayers are paying you more than $1 million.
Yeah, hold
and
on.
you won't even come talk to Congress. What do you do all day if you don't talk to Congress? That's your job. So we're going to do that today.
Go ahead.
Okay, they're in between a rock and the hard place. Because
They're a
what
bunch
he's
of
saying is right, but also they work at the
they answer to Congress,
at the
Jerry.
pleasure. Well, wait, but they also answer to the pleasure of their bosses, who are answering to the pleasure of the Justice Department, who is trying to quash everything. So they're in a real rock and a hard place, and all of those FBI people are walking a really fine tightrope. Trust me.
And the irony here is we're trying to protect the classified information. I didn't create this mess. Hillary Clinton created this mess. There are years of federal records. Some of it's so classified, none of us in this room should probably see them. Most of it's unclassified. But we have a duty and an obligation to protect that information. I believe that's probably the same goal that you have. But we're going to have a reality check here. She's the one that took the records from the State Department, gave access to people who don't have security clearances. The case is closed. There's no consequences, nobody being held accountable. But we also had an FBI director come and testify that he never looked at her testimony under oath. And somehow we have a classified system and we have a non-classified system, and somehow information was going from the classified system into a non-classified system. So it's ironic that you don't want to appear before this committee out of a concern for protecting classified information when Hillary Clinton walked around with a BlackBerry full of classified information and gave access to sensitive federal records to folks without security clearances at all. I want to understand from each of you what it is you think that Congress should not see. See, I believe passionately in the role of Congress. I believe passionately in the Oversight and Government Reform Committee. We were founded in 1814. Every expenditure, everything we do in this Congress, or everything we do in this nation is supposed to be overseen by us. We can investigate anything at any time. That's what's different about the United States of America. We're different because we are self-critical. We do go look under the hood. We do hold people accountable. That's why when Abraham Lincoln joined the United States Congress, he was on this committee. And he peppered the president because he didn't believe that the Mexican-American War started as the president said it was. And there's been a rich history of that throughout generations.
Boy,
we can't do that.
I'd love to hear those tapes.
Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson. Please sit down. We need to ask you some questions. Oh my God, that'd be great. Somebody should do that as a joke.
Oh, you
when
ever
each
watch
of the
Drunk
agencies
History?
that you all represent decide.
No, what is that?
Oh my God! If you haven't seen that, just okay.
What is
stop
drunk
this.
history?
Google
What?
drunk history. Just
No,
Google.
what is it? Is it what I was saying?
It is so, yes, it's so flippin' awesome. Just Google drunk history.
I love these clowns. It's like sneezy. You know, it's like look. I'm sitting there going durka.
Yeah, Google drunk history and you'll yeah, exactly.
Excuse me.
Drunk history. Yep, there you go. Okay, what do we got here? Let's see. Harriet Tubman.
Is it on Comedy Central?
What's a good one? What's one that's like a
Lewis and Clark.
You could probably pick any one of them, but like
Lewis
one
and
that would be closer to. But.
Look, Lewis and Clark.
Hello. Today we're going to talk about Lewis and Clark.
1803. This is America. So Thomas Jefferson was president. He's like, yeah, I'm going to double the expanse of America. I don't know what's out there.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well, what is out there?
I'm going to buy it. So he bought it, and then
He had this dude who was his friend named
Meriwether Lewis. Jefferson is telling them, we bought this land, explore it, make me a map. Here's your deal.
like a bank. Make friends with the fucking Indians.
Here's the deal with Meriwether Lewis, though.
He was such a bummer. He's such a bummer. He was such a bummer.
So Lewis is tasked with picking a partner, and he picked Clark. Lewis says, like, there's no one I would rather explore this fucked up territory with than you. And they wanted to find a waterway passage to the Pacific Ocean. So they started in Missouri.
They're seeing these beautiful fucking like valleys and rivers and mountains and gorgeous rock faces and valleys and these crazy plains that go on forever. And there they fucking are. Suddenly they're like, this is ours now because we bought it from the fucking French.
So they're on the river, and they hear the next tribe over are
They're total dicks. I remember this, yeah.
The Lakota Indians saw Lewis and Clark, and they were ready to kill them.
Lakota Indians. The Lakota Indians, he said.
Because they're drunk. That's the whole thing. It's people who know a lot about the history, and then they get drunk, and then they tell the story.
It was Magua. Did you see the actor that played Magua? Look.
I remember this, yeah.
The Lakota Indians saw Lewis and Clark, and they were ready to kill them.
They're like, we're gonna fuck your shit up. And suddenly they're like, oh, we might need to be dicks about this.
The chief of the Lakota tribe sees that it's about to be a stab-on-stab brawl at the riverbank, and he says, everyone chill out. Chill out. You know what? You guys can stay as long as the women and children can come and look at you. Ooh, that's creepy. They were able to stay with the Lakota tribe for almost 2 weeks. And so each of Lewis and Clark's men got like 4 wives
Yeah, they were
for
like,
the
later
night.
days, I'm gonna
Like
go check out these
hookers.
old hooker wives.
And sure enough, everyone on the expedition,
they got fucking crazy STDs.
crazy BD. And Lewis, he would have to give them a mercury tonic.
Mercury on your genitals.
Come
on.
It's crazy poisonous. I don't mean to become complain, but that sounds awful.
No way. I have never
do the
seen
one about
this.
Jefferson and Adams. You had it on there. Jefferson
I've
Adams.
never seen this before.
Go to Jefferson Adams.
I've got Adams and okay, here we go, Jefferson.
Today we're going to talk to you about the election of 1800.
You think our
Thomas
election was
Jefferson and
crazy?
John
Look at
Adams,
this one.
They were founding fathers of America, and they were also the best of friends. Adams was like, the Constitution, you can kind of bend that how you need to bend it. We can kind of work with this. And Jefferson was always like, Constitution is the Constitution. Can't with that. But they loved each other. Until Adams became president. And immediately they started butting heads. John Adams was like, it's illegal to talk any about the president of the United States. And if you disagree with the federal government, you. And Jefferson was like, well, this is tyranny. That's a violation of a little something called freedom of speech. It all really reaches its head on the election of 1800, where these two lifelong friends were pitted against each other. Adams is like, if you elect Thomas Jefferson, here's what you're gonna get. Murder, all the time. Everybody's gonna be murdering each other. Incest. Your wives will lose their virtue, having sex with a lot of dudes, willy-nilly. So Jefferson starts talking a lot of about John Adams. We're talking about guys who, like, created this country. They were really like a bunch of 8th graders. He was like, you know what? Adams has prostitutes shipped in from overseas that he bangs all the time. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I feel like I keep seeing spit flying from my mouth.
No, I'm feeling it.
Am I spitting
I'm
a lot?
glad you're seeing it. Yeah,
That's good.
I'm in the splash zone.
So Jefferson went to the newspapers. He says, I want to tell you this John Adams is a hermaphrodite. He's got both man and woman sex organs. But this is like a published statement from Thomas Jefferson. Adams was like, okay, fine, you want to go that route? That's when got really dirty. Adams says, oh, by the way, if you were thinking about voting for Jefferson, you shouldn't because he's dead.
It's a pretty good campaign.
It's a very good campaign.
Vote for me, I'm alive.
Yeah, even if you disagree with everything I say.
Yeah, I'm alive.
I'm alive.
Would you rather be accused of having a penis and a vagina or being dead?
I think being alive with a penis and vagina would be an amazing experience. And you're alive.
See, this makes me happy. This restores my faith in mankind.
See, nothing's new. This shit's been going on for a long time.
Look, Jerry, look. The Reagans rise to power.
The Reagans were married in 1952. Nancy, definitely convinced Ronnie, we are has-beens. Like, we're not going to make it in Hollywood. You need to be more conservative. Ow.
You okay? What'd you do?
I stabbed my own eye out.
How did you stab your eye out?
What?
Is he really fucked
Let's
up?
be famous.
Oh, they're always drunk. They get them drunk first before they get them to talk.
The faces of conservatism. She was basically like his manager. You need to be the movie star that you are. Always smile and hold your head to a half 45-degree right angle. I think she, in her mind, ran her own studio and she had one player, and that was Ronald Reagan. Remember, business. So it was 1964. Barry Goldwater was running for president, hyper-conservative, a boring human being. They employed Ronald Reagan, who was this famous, great actor, to give the speech. In the speech, he said, you can either go right or left. But that's not what it is. It's either up or down. And up, you can choose to be up.
Up is liberty, down is
or
tyranny.
individualism, or down in the depths of totalitarianism. People were like, wow, I need to watch this. He has a chiseled jaw. I trust him. I like this guy. And so, then he got very popular with the Republicans. They were not successful actors as actors, but they were incredibly successful actors as politicians. And Ronnie became the governor of California. Nancy was always about being famous on any level. Like, if I'm not going to be a movie star, I'm going to be, in the White House.
I did not know about this, Jerry. This is my new favorite. I love the.
Oh, the Alamo! You got to play the Alamo, Texas.
Oh no!
Drug history, of the Alamo. Hell yeah!
Oh no!
Oh, this is going to give you many, many, many hours of entertainment.
Y'all got to see
this goes on forever.
Watching.
This is like there's years worth of this.
Calm down, Stabby. Calm down, son. Okay, here we go.
Hello. Today we're going to talk about the Alamo.
Look at the gun he's holding.
Antonio, Texas.
San Hambonio.
1836. Enter William Travis. Dodged out on a bunch of business debts, he abandoned his wife and child and headed towards Texas with his slave Joe. Jim Bowie. He forged these documents that he owned all these grants in the United States territory. Jim Bowie's like, yeah, if they're on to me here, I better get to Texas where they're probably not as smart. I'll start doing the same shenanigans down there. Congressman Davy Crockett. Everybody loves this guy. The saying goes, he could kill a grizzly bear with his smile. Well, as it happens, he doesn't get elected for a second term. And he says, you can go to hell. I'll go to Texas. Crockett, Travis, and Bowie head to Texas to take land. Mexico owns the territory of Texas. And the long story short is these guys expel a Mexican army garrison and they take a mission themselves. And that mission is the Alamo. and they hole up in the Alamo. Bowie says, don't worry. There's no way the Mexican army is coming until spring because the winter is too harsh on these high Mexican deserts. But they do come. Santa Anna and his soldiers arrive in San Antonio. They're on his land. And he says to the Alamo defenders, surrender now or you will be killed. Bullshit. Let's fire a cannon shot at Santa Anna and let him know we know business. And fires a cannon. And this pisses off Santa Anna.
Well, they just cut it off.
It says, the story you were watching is based on real events. The storyteller, however, was completely drunk.
Oh, they're hilarious.
I never knew that. That's great.
Yeah. Drunk history.
I didn't know about drunk. Why didn't I know about drunk history?
I don't know, but it's awesome.
It is funny. I like it a lot.
Well, I like how they do the
the voices.
Yeah.
Joan of Arc. Yeah. Oh my God, there's some good ones on.
Oh, it goes on and on and on.
It's like Key and Peele. It's funny too. Key and Peele kills me. I just think they're one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. It's great stuff. Dolly Parton and Porter Wagner. Okay. Last one.
We gotta see that one.
All right. Dolly Parton and Porter Wagner. This is gonna be good.
And now she's got to tell Porter Wagner she's got to go and do her own thing, and she doesn't know how to tell him. So she decides, I got to write a song, because that's how, when you're Dolly Parton, that's how you express yourself. She sits him down and she sings to him, I will always love you. I will always love you. Fact! It's probably the most beautiful song that's ever been written. And if you listen to that song, of course that song, she makes this promise.
I will always love you.
Porter Wagner. I will always love you.
Whitney Houston made it famous.
Says,
look at Porter. No, bullshit.
The most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life.
Look at his shirt. Look at her boobs. Bullshit. Dolly Parton did a better job than she ever did with I Will Always Love You.
That's true. No, that's true. But I'm saying that, that song was Dolly Parton.
If I should stay. Yeah, Whitney Houston kind of ruined it. Yeah, but she was too fucking loud, Jerry. Come on.
Love you. Jolene.
If I should stay, I would only be in your way, so I'll go. But I know I'll think of you each step of the way. Bittersweet memories, that's all I am taking with me. Goodbye, please don't cry, we both know.
That's not even the good version. That's the rotten version too.
Look at that, there's Elvis and Dolly Parton singing that. Can I ask a favor?
No, what?
Can I take a break so I can go pee?
Please do. I'm begging you.
All right. Thanks.
Here's my song to Stabby. I love you when you say nothing at all. Fucker.
Without saying a word, you can light up the dark. Try as I may, I could never explain what I hear when you don't say a thing. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you never leave me.
No, that's not it. There's another one that's better than that. I know I'm not by the microphone, but I don't give a fuck. This one. Wait a minute. This one right here. I totally forgot which one it was that used to remind me of Stabby. I totally forgot. No, I didn't. It's this one. Just for you, Stabby.
Many times I tried to tell you, many times I cried alone. Always I'm surprised how well you cut my feelings to the bone. Don't wanna leave you really, I've invested too much time to give you up that easy to the doubts that complicate your mind. We belong to the light, we belong to the dark. We belong to the sound of the words we're both falling under. Whatever we deny or embrace, for worse or for better, we belong together. Maybe it's a sign of weakness when I don't know what to say. Maybe I just wouldn't know what to do with my strength anyway. Have we become a habit? Do we distort the facts? Now there's no looking forward. Now there's no turning back when we say we belong to the light, we belong to the dark. We belong to the sound of the words we
Was falling under. All right.
You know,
That's enough.
when I came in, I couldn't hear, but all I could see was Pat Benatar.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I thought was, did Pat Benatar sing that song?
I Will Always Love You.
I will always love you. Anyway.
Excuse me. Excuse me, damn. Damn it.
I was thinking about something when I went
What's
out
that?
and peed and poured some more wine.
What?
Well, what you were saying about people as an example of the sad state of where we are. What's always the most important thing every election that people are most worried about or voting for?
I don't know what.
Always. What's the most important thing
I
to
don't
them
know.
usually?
What? What's that?
Usually it has to do with jobs.
Excuse me. Okay.
Or you've heard of people voting their wallets. They vote their wallet.
Yeah, but nothing ever fucking changes. It's the same old, same old.
Right. But,
I mean, really,
everything
Jerry,
else
what
going on in the world-
changes? What changes from president to president? Nothing.
Nothing. But the point being is, what do people vote for? They vote for their own wallet.
Okay.
Two American service members were killed today.
Stop it! You're killing my fun. I was almost in a good mood. God damn it! No,
and what difference does it make if it was 2 or 2,000 or 4,000?
People don't give a fuck.
They
Right?
vote their wallet.
Jerry, I'm very vulnerable right now.
I know, but it's just a sad dose of reality.
I'm tired of reality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean. I was having fun, laughing, and now I'm sad again.
I know, but, I mean, it is what it is, and
I know.
not much is going to change in your life. And you just got to make the best out of what you have. And,
I actually have a lot.
Yeah. See? Look at your son, your daughter, your...
No, fuck them. I'm not
husband.
talking about them.
No, you know what I mean. I mean, it's like... I'll tell you what, man. A lot of people in this world got it a lot worse.
I spent $800 at the fair on those kids Monday. Last Monday. $800 fucking dollars.
Well, you know what?
I'm serious.
At least you have $800 to spend on them at the fair. If you didn't, you wish you would have had $800 to spend on them at the fair.
It costs $80 just to get in the front door, get through the gate.
Well,
just $80.
But if you didn't have it, you wish you would have it so that you could. And the fact that you do, you should be grateful for.
I am grateful, I guess. Of course I am. I'm just not grateful on the show here.
I know, but
You want me to show you a really funny song that makes me
it's
laugh
pretty
every
awesome.
time I
Don't
see
you think
these
that
stupid
you have
people?
that money to spend, that you could do that.
You want to see a
Because what
funny
if
video?
there's many people who could not even imagine that.
Let me show you a funny video, Jerry, of these people that are called Herman's Hermits. Crazy.
Oh yeah, I know Herman Service. Yeah.
Watch this. Wait, no, that's not it. Wait, stop, wait.
He's so awesome.
What is that?
It was very popular.
What is this guy?
British bad boys.
But look how dorky this guy is. I'm going to show this to the people in my chat room. Y'all have never before seen a dorkier thing in your life. Wait, this one's even dorkier. Wait a minute. Watch this one. Look at this dork.
Thank you.
I'm Henry the Eighth, I am.
Yeah.
Henry the Eighth, I am. I am.
Yep.
You know what they look like? They look like Viva Dance now. You know? Remember that? Touch my
Yes.
monkey. Anyway, I just thought I'd...
Would you like to touch my monkey?
Would you like to touch my monkey? Who was that did that? God, it was funny.
Oh, Mike Myers on Saturday Night Live.
Now, wait a minute. This is a good song they
doing a
did.
parody of German techno music, and...
Mike Myers, the funniest thing he ever did was Simon.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Simon. And I like to do drawings.
Like to do drawing. Are you looking at my bum? You bum looker.
You cheeky monkey. Hello, my name is Simon, and I like to do drawings. I love it. I just, I come on here as relief.
Well, one of his parents was British, and that's why he picked up a lot of that whole, Like Austin Powers and all of that.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Absolutely.
What was the name of the 150s guy that was kind of like what you just played? Peter, what was his name?
I don't know.
Bobby V died this week.
Really?
And do you know that you want to know something? I knew Bobby V.
Really?
Yes, I repaired and sold, when people would come in the front door and the sales people were busy. I would come out of the back room from repairing electronics, amplifiers and things. And one of my clients was Bobby V, and Bobby V lived outside of St. Cloud, Minnesota, where I was going to college at the time. I was going to St. Cloud State, and look up Bobby V. Do you know who Bobby V is?
If my life depended on it, I couldn't tell you one of his songs.
Okay, let's look up Take Good Care of My Baby. That's Bobby V.
Bobby V, just V or V-E-E?
V-E-E. V-E-E.
Okay, let's see. Here we go. 1961.
My tears are falling 'cause you've taken her away. And though it really hurts me so, there's something that I've gotta say. Take good care of my baby.
He looks like my dad did back in those days.
Yeah.
He does. I swear to God, he looks just like...
V.
What about it?
He was 16 years old. He's from a small town outside of St. Cloud, Minnesota. And when the day the music died, when the plane went down that was carrying Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, Richie Valens. Okay, then he was called in to sing and play in their replacement in Moorhead, Minnesota, where I also went to school at Moorhead State at one point. But he drove 4 hours in the middle of the winter, because it was in the winter when it was like in December, I believe, and when the plane crashed, and then the whole crowd was there. Everyone was ready to hear and then it was announced that the plane had crashed and everything, and then he stepped in at 16 years old and played for them.
That's great.
Play the Bobby V. See that Bobby V Minnesota original? Play that. That'll give you the background of it.
Where is it at?
It's very historically important. It really is.
But I'm saying,
right
where
there.
is
Yep,
it?
your arrow's right on it. It's right on it.
This?
There you go. Yep. Yeah, that's Bobby V, and he just died just in the last week.
They scream, they shout, they weep, they jump. They send him 1,000 letters a week, and they love him more than anyone they know. It's crazy, barbaric, fascinating. This is the story of our teenagers, worshiping an image they've created. The story of a teenage idol, Bobby V.
Ain't no guy in town who would ever try to put me down when I'm walking with my angel.
My name's Bobby V. I'm an 18-year-old singer from Fargo, North Dakota. It all started about 3 years ago, back in Fargo, my hometown, when I got together with my brother and 2 other kids and formed a small rock and roll band called The Shadows.
Susie, baby, where are you? Have you left me for someone new?
Susie, baby, where are you? Have you left me for someone new? So this little thing, I made it up in when I was in board in high school. It was born out of teenage lust or something. I don't know. I was 15 years old, 16 years old when I recorded the song.
Is your love light shining bright?
Came out in the summer of 1959 and got all kinds of airplay in the upper Midwest.
Susie, baby, don't you know?
That was the springboard of my whole record career.
We were launched on our career by a tragedy.
It was February 2nd, 1959.
A plane carrying 3 rock and rollers heading for the Moorhead Armory, where they were scheduled to appear that night, crashed over Iowa. The 3 victims of the crash were Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper.
And I came home in the afternoon, and my brother told me that the 3 artists who were scheduled to be on the show that night were killed.
I was so stunned by this whole event because Holly was my hero, and I had a ticket for the show.
I mentioned to him that a local disc jockey had put out a plea for talent for the show that night.
Charlie Boone, that was a guy. He was in Fargo at that time as a disc jockey.
The whole group got together and we started discussing whether we should or shouldn't go on with the show. And I guess I was the only one that was actually against it, mainly because I was scared. We'd never played before a live audience.
We weren't even a band. We didn't even have a name.
And in the end, we decided to go on with the show. And then I got to thinking, well, holy cow, I've never played before, and I don't really know what to do or anything.
Got to us and Charlie Boone said, okay, you guys are on. We said, what's the name of the band? And everybody stared at the floor. We didn't have a name. And I finally said, Shadows. And it was this fast. He said, okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Shadows.
I was almost in a coma by the time the curtains opened up.
But you can't come in. Come back tomorrow night and try it again.
It changed my life, really. I mean, the thing changed my life. I mean, I wouldn't even be here if it hadn't been for that show.
Come back tomorrow night and try it again.
St. Joe's.
Ooh.
St. Joseph, Minnesota is the small town right outside of St. Cloud,
band,
where I went to school.
1959, Bobby V and the Shadows. There was my brother, myself, Jim Stillman, and Bob Coram. And the gold records are some of them. This is Take Good Care of My Baby.
Take good care of my baby.
This is a hit, a gold record from London on Rubber
Little
Ball.
Red Ball. Yep, Rubber Ball. Yeah, Rubber Ball.
This is what we did for marketing in 1959. The guy that was managing us, Bing Bingston, he said, we're going to have a little contest to find the real Susie baby. They chose the young lady that won, I guess if you call that winning. I picked her up in my 53 Oldsmobile, and we went out for a dinner, and I dropped her off at home, and that was it. But isn't that something? That survived all these years.
Don't forget to stay right in the mic for me, Bobby.
He's your new flame, but when you hear my name, you won't forget me.
I loved being in the studio. I loved it. I love it. Even more
Jerry.
than being on stage, to be in a studio. You can.
Yes.
This is boring me to death.
Okay.
I mean, I love Bobby V, I guess. I didn't really know about him, but...
And the 50s and the whole, history of it, and back when America was pure and great, and but God will make you some real crazy shit that you'll have to worry about so that you can be
Me?
excited.
Me? Me? Are you talking to me?
Crazy shit.
No, are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking like proverbially, you know.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say,
Crazy
I've got
shit,
enough
you know
shit to
what I mean?
worry about. I've got enough bullshit.
God will make some crazy shit, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah. He died at 73, it says.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little young. Sandra Dee's last interview, oh boy, I bet she looked a little tough. a little rough around the edges. Annette Funicello.
What's FBI subpoena doing in with Bobby V?
What is drunk history Edgar Allan Poe fused with Rufus? What did you say, FBI where? Oh,
there would be a good one. Ann Coulter obliterates Sally Cohn.
Take good care.
But it's interesting, Anne, in particular, that you said you haven't written about identity politics or women or whatever, because...
Who are these people?
Oh, she's like a hardcore left-winger, Clinton-loving, you know, bull dyke lesbian person.
Yeah, that's...
Not that there's anything wrong with, you know, I mean, that, I'm just saying that's what she is. So then there's... Okay, so then I could say some bad things about Ann Coulter, too, so...
I'd rather do this one. Look. Wait a minute.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At first blush, the prospect of having another hearing almost seems irresistible, except for the fact that additional hearing would not disclose one single solitary relevant fact. All facts necessary or that would be at the disposal of this committee are already in the record. Ms. Lerner is not coming back. And Mr. Chairman, I don't need law professors to come for a second hearing.
Hey, man, I would marry this guy in a minute. I would date this guy. This guy looks like a badass. I love the fuck out of this guy. Look at his hair. You know he's cool as fuck. You know he probably gets high. You know he probably gets...
He's just a freaking bulldog.
What the hell? He's a bulldog. He's an amazing maniac. I just love listening to him talk. Anyway.
Play it.
Oh, okay. I don't know what this is going to be about. I've never seen this before. But this idiot right here, I did see some of this. No, it's on the other... I'm sorry. I just love listening to him. I'd love to be pissed out of him. He just kills me.
Just Google Trey Gotti, play the most popular one.
You're so funny.
That's what I do. That's what I would do, because if, you know...
Take good care of my baby. Do 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 do. Something, 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 something. You know, wait a minute. Let me find a good one here. Hold on. Something that's not too long. He talked to some numbnuts that he just made a fool out of that I was seeing the other day, and I forgot which one it was. Anyway, I just love watching him tear people apart because he's so honest and he's so truthful, and he just
Well, he's a former prosecutor, you know.
Oh, he's a former DA. He's bigger than the DA. I mean, he is the district attorney, is what I'm saying. Did you know my brother-in-law was the United States attorney?
No, I did not know that.
You want to see who my brother-in-law is? Maybe you don't know who he is. I'll show you who he is. He's a pretty badass. He is, here he is right here. And he adores me. He just thinks I walk on water. He always wants to sit by me at all the dinners. There he is.
Cash it. No, it's midnight here. It's got to be what? What's it,
says,
2 o'clock there?
He is the head of Lock Lord's National White Collar Criminal Defense and Internal Investigations. He was a United States attorney.
Are you still there?
I'm right here. Can you not hear me?
Did I lose you?
No. Jerry? Jerry?
Did I lose you?
Jerry?
Did I lose you?
We're on the call. Jerry?
Oh.
Jerry?
Can you hear me?
Jerry?
Hold on.
You must have done something, Jerry. Jerry, are you there? Jerry, I can still hear everything you do. Well, anyway.
You can hear me?
Yeah, you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, there you are. You're back now. What happened? Did you lose us? Did you lose the feed or something here?
Well, no, it was weird. I could hear you, but you couldn't hear me, and then a thing popped up and said that the Skype thing popped up and said to select which audio device I want to use, and the one I'm actually using wasn't listed. And so I had to like jiggle the connector, and then it
Well,
showed
anyway,
up.
here he is. He's kind of a badass. If you look at the different things he did, he's he's a Rhodes Scholar. So anyway, he's pretty cool.
So what do Rhodes Scholars do? Do they travel around and give scholarly advice to people around
No,
the world?
he got his diploma at Oxford University, and also he got his diploma at Harvard. And
Whose
at
dick did he suck?
Nobody's. He went to Yale, Harvard, and Oxford. He's about as...
Kidding.
He's real smart.
I'm trolling you.
Yeah, he's no big deal, but whatever. He's a big deal. He's always in America's Best Lawyers and stuff like that. Lives in an $11.2 million mansion here in Dallas. Everything is all good, but anyway.
I say again, whose dick did he suck?
Nobody's. He just made a lot of goddamn good decisions. Anyway, so there you go.
Sorry.
No, it's
I
okay.
get crude after midnight. Here on the West Coast. It's 2 a.m. in Texas. So.
It is?
Hey, we're going to have fallback time change coming up here on Sunday, huh?
I don't
Get
know.
an extra hour of sleep.
Not over here.
You and Vic can sleep in.
Buck pig.
Hey.
Hey. Where's the funny one I watched of Trey Stupid Gowdy? I don't know where it is. I forgot
He's
where
not
it's at.
texting pictures of his junk to young girls, so, you know.
Who?
Can't. Vic.
And we know that to be true.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Oh, come on.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm saying.
God, it's so quiet here in my house. I guess I'll go to bed. Nothing else to do.
I know. I got to go to bed, too. I got to get up and try to...
Oh, here she
weekends,
is. Wait, here
I
she
try
is.
to
Here
catch
she
up
is.
now on weekends.
Here's the idiot. Wait, watch this lady talk. She's all
Thank my friend
teeth.
from North Carolina. Ms. Barr, I appreciate you
Watch
talking
this
with
lady
me,
just for 1
earlier.
second before
I
you
want to
hang
pick
up.
back up where we were. I was seeking some level of assurance from you, to the extent that you could give one, that what was produced to the State Department did in fact represent the full universe of what would be public records. And again, I have no interest in private documents. I really could care less. I am interested in making sure the whole public universe is complete. So what assurance can you give the public that that State Department has everything that would be considered a public record for her tenure as Secretary of State?
She has assured us that she gave us everything she had, and like we do with other federal employees, we have to depend on them to provide that information to us. So we have the documents, and we've accepted her assurance that she's given us everything that she had that should be a part of our official records.
Well, you mentioned other federal employees, which got me wondering, and I wrote down a list of some of the other
He's
cabinet
always
level
like 3
folks
steps
that I have
ahead of
worked with in my time here.
He's honest.
No. He is honest, yes. But he's always like 3 steps ahead. He already knows. That's why he's so brilliant, man. He's like, he knows what their answer is going to be to the question. He already knows the answer to every question.
Well, and I think that's what I think that's what's important here. I think people that love this guy, like me, it shows what we stand for versus people who will say whatever, he's okay. And I think that this country is divided into good and bad.
Look at Trey Gowdy questioning James Comey. Put in Trey Gowdy, James Comey.
Oh, I've seen that one. That one cracks me up. And then this is Dorn. Yeah, I've seen it. I've even played that on my show before.
Oh, that's got to be played again and again and again and again and again. You cannot play that enough times.
I know. They've got it even to where it's condensed. I love it. I love when he grills the Black Lives Matter one. I love when he does the IRS. I love when he does all of them. It's just hysterical.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And thank God for someone like that. You know what I mean? Imagine, because if he wasn't there, who would be?
Me. He's me. He's me on Congress.
Thank God that somebody like that's there. I mean,
here he goes.
I'm going to donate so much money to him, it's not funny.
The Bulldog, Trey Gowdy, rapid-fired through Hillary Clinton's lies during a House hearing on Thursday.
Secretary Clinton said there was nothing marked classified on her emails either sent or received. Was that true?
Oh, and by the way, Jason, and you know who I'm talking to, okay? Jason. Quit copying me on what I do on my show. You piece of shit. I know exactly what you were doing, and you know who you are. And this is what I did one night, and he was doing it on his show the other day.
That's not true.
Secretary Clinton said I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email. There is no classified material. Was that true?
No, there was classified material emailed.
Secretary Clinton said she used just one device. Was that true?
She used multiple devices.
Secretary Clinton said all work-related emails were returned to the State Department. Was that true?
No, we found work-related emails, thousands.
Did her lawyers read the email content individually?
No.
Gowdy schooled Mr. Comey on Mrs. Clinton's intent of mishandling classified material.
In your old job, you would prove intent, as you just referenced, by showing the jury evidence of a complex scheme that was designed for the very purpose of...
Well, anyway, you get the point.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right,
So
well, I'm going to get out of here, I guess.
Great question and answer. I mean, putting the director of the FBI on the other side of the prosecution of question and answer, and just how
it's easy. You just use honesty. It's just honesty.
Trey Gowdy did.
That's all it is.
My God, there should be an award for that, man. That was just unbelievable.
Yeah. You just have to be
just
honest.
Phenomenal. It's historical to me. To me, if it, I mean, man, it's like if nobody else sees or appreciates that to the total full extent of it, at least I know it's historical. It should be in the historical records, because that is just priceless. Just a priceless Q&A, man. That is to the facts, to the point, right to it. I mean, it's crazy. It's almost no, it's not almost. It is absolutely crazy. Okay, that she hasn't been dragged in on a frog march in chains in a yellow jumpsuit, orange jumpsuit.
Let me show you one more that I love. It's a former CIA agent that gets a hold of Comey's ass. Check this out.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I'm offended. I'm offended by my friends on the other side of the political aisle saying this is political theater. This is not political theater. For me, this is serious. I spent 9.5 years as an undercover officer in the CIA. I was the guy in the back alleys collecting intelligence, passing it to lawmakers. I've seen my friends killed. I've seen assets put themselves in harm's way. And this is about protecting information, the most sensitive information the American government has. And I wish my colleagues would take this a little bit more seriously. Mr. Comey, Director Comey, excuse me. SAP, Special Access Program, you alluded to earlier, that includes SCI information. Does SCI information include HUMINT and SIGINT?
Yes.
HUMINT and SIGINT, human intelligence information collected from people that are putting themselves in harm's way to give us information to drive foreign policy. Signals intelligence, some of the most sensitive things to understand what Al-Qaeda is doing, what ISIS is doing. So, the former Secretary of State had an unauthorized server. Those are your words. in her basement, correct?
Correct.
Who was protecting that information? Who was protecting that server?
Well, not much. There was a number of different people who were assigned as administrators of the server.
And at least 7 emails chains, or 8, that was classified as TS-SCI.
Correct.
So the former Secretary of State, one of the president's most important advisors on foreign policy and national security, had a server in her basement that had information that was collected from our most sensitive assets, and it was not protected by anyone, and that's not a crime? That's outrageous. People are concerned. What does it take for someone to misuse classified information and get in trouble for it?
Well, it takes mishandling it
I know.
and criminal intent.
It takes a guy on a submarine.
And so an unauthorized server in the basement is not mishandling.
Well, no, there is evidence of mishandling here. This whole investigation at the end focused on, is there sufficient evidence of intent?
Intent.
Was this unanimous?
Intent. And stop right there a second.
Within the
Okay, now
FBI?
this is something that really bothers.
Hold on, I gotta get up.
Well, the whole FBI wasn't involved, but the team.
Go ahead.
Okay, this really bothers me because there's this double-edged thing that's the catch-22. Okay? On one end, there is you have to have intent in order to be convicted of a crime. And on the other side of the argument or of the thing is ignorance is no excuse from the law. Right?
Right.
Which one is true?
What do you mean? I thought they were both true.
Which one's true? Ignorance is no excuse.
Right.
Okay. Or you have to have intent.
Well, intent in my...
Well, I didn't intend
never mind.
to break the law.
Well, in my experience, intent only plays a big part in cases of murder. Because the difference between whatever and murder is intent. If I say, I'm going to go over and kill Jerry, do what?
Manslaughter.
Right. If I say to my friends, I'm going to go kill Jerry, then that's intent. That's murder. If I go over...
Well, and then you do it.
Right, of course. But I'm just saying, if I just go over there and we get in a fight and I kill you, then that's not murder. That is whatever you want to call it. I'm tired. I can't think anymore. But intent to me only play, in my experience, and I've been in criminal law all my life.
Well, that's in the murder area. There's intent.
Well, no, there's really no other intent area around. You don't. I mean, if you go in.
Well, there's multiple levels.
No,
of
Jerry,
murder,
there's
too.
not. Jerry, there's not. If you go in and rob a store, you're intending to rob the store when you go in there to rob the store.
Well, no, I'm saying in a matter of law. Well, what's the difference between murder 1 and murder 2?
Well, it depends on if there was another felony a felony committed during the course of the crime and through the course of the murder. If there was a rape involved, then it goes up to murder. I mean, there's different levels of it depending on what happened.
Right.
Whether or not it was.
And then there's manslaughter.
Well,
manslaughter. And then there's voluntary manslaughter.
Right, I know all about it. I mean, I just recently had to repass my criminal legal assistance test.
Negligence and gross negligence and.
Yeah, so that's what
there's
I
all
do.
Those things.
That's what I've always done.
But in the case of whether the law's broke or not, I mean.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. There's no intent or intent. Here's my situation with this bullshit, okay, with this stupid bitch Hillary Clinton, the hag. There's no intent.
In other words,
okay, listen to me, Jerry. Jerry, wait, no, Jerry, wait. Jerry, hold on. Jerry. Jerry.
Listening to you. I want to listen. I'm ready to listen.
if I could reach through this goddamn microphone right now, I would snatch you a dog knot in your head. You know, it's like when you break the law, you break the fucking law. I mean, murder is the only thing, in my opinion, and I'm going to be president one day, that has any role, that intent plays any fucking role. You can't argue with me on that, Jerry. If we go and commit a crime, we go, Jerry, let's go steal that car. There's no intent there or no intent. We stole the car. That's the end of story. But if it's murder, that's where intent comes into play, period.
I'm sorry. I accidentally stole that car, and I didn't realize that
Whoops.
stealing cars was illegal.
Yeah, see, it's all...
I didn't intend to break the law.
I didn't intend to have all these private...
I borrowed the car.
Well, I know that I'm right, because anytime I feel really...
Well, but let's just... I mean, I'm not... Believe me, I'm not taking the other side of it. I'm just trying to point out
I don't
that,
really
okay,
give two fucks
so
if there's a car,
if there's a car sitting there, and the car, say the keys were left in the car, or even not, even if you hotwired the car, it doesn't matter. Well, now wait, now hear me out.
No, you wait a minute, hear me out.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
I'm drinking my water. I'm listening.
All right, so let's say that somebody you really care about, your children, one of your children, was a diabetic or something, and was having and I'm just making stuff up, but this kind of thing is what's actually used in law school to try to make this exact point. So now, if your child needed insulin or something, or because they were in an insulin shock, or it was a life and death situation, and you jumped in that car, hotwired it to get it to a pharmacy to get the medicine to save your kid, okay, is that a crime? You technically stole the car.
Jerry, intent only happens in murder, and war is not murder. I saw that. Go ahead and delete everything you want. I'm still watching, and I'm not going to take my eyes off of it. War is not murder. War is a job that you're put up to do by your country. That's all it is, Stabby. And
Deborah?
Shut up, Jerry. I'm talking.
We live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men like me. Who's going to do it? You, Debbie? You, Stabby McHugs? I have a responsibility greater than any of you could ever imagine. You need me on that wall. You want me on that wall. Deep down inside, at parties, at places you don't like to think about. That's A Few Good Men.
It is.
In case you don't know.
No, it's okay. I'm listening. I'm just listening. Jerry, I'm going to get off the phone and off the Skype call and get off the air because I'm tired and it's getting late.
I'm tired too. I got to go to bed too.
You sound tired.
It's been such a pleasure.
Who loves you more than your own wife?
No, you know.
Jerry, you're a mess. I love you to death. Yeah. I do. Shut up.
I do too. I love you too.
So,
I do.
Call me next Friday? Or tomorrow? Or every day?
Yeah.
Why don't you call me election night?
One of these days, we're going to get to talk about this whole thing I'm into that I want to talk to you about. That's and is a weird, strange, interesting thing that might get us on a terrestrial channel.
I never even played this thing that you gave me. Good night, Jerry.
I know.
I love you to death.
All you want to talk about is politics and
what? And flowers.
Flowers and music, old music. And Anthony's wiener.
Good night, Jerry.
Good night. Be good to yourself and others.
No. Jerry, everybody, on the Debi Daily train wreck tonight. I'm so depressed. What is wrong with me? I don't know. Anthony Comey is so tall. I wonder how tall this guy is. I'm going to say 6'6". He looks like he can't even get through the doorways. He's so tall. Anyway, yeah, so I guess that's it. Right? I've been watching this documentary called How the Earth Was Made. It's interesting. Just giving myself some options. Take good care of my baby. I gotta get that fucking song out of my mind. And I've been watching Journey Through the Universe. I think that's good too. I hate InfoWars. God, that's all Victor does is talk about InfoWars. I'm like, fuck, shut up. I can't stand it anymore. I know, it's whatever. I hate ghosts, listening to that stupid fuck over there bitching and yelling all the time and scaring everybody to death, and I chewed his ass out today. So I'm sure he hates me now, but I could give two fucks. Hate me all you want, ghost. I'll give you reason to hate me. Like my dad always said, if you're going to hate me, you're going to really hate me, right? If you're going to hate me, you're going to really hate me. Anyway, so I guess I'll go to bed. Gunner's sick. I'm worried about Gunner. I'm worried about nothing else. I mean, we have some issue going on here on the broadcast that y'all should know about. Sonny, okay? Remember when Sonny was on the show 2 weeks ago? And Uncle Cooley was on here. Remember? I haven't heard from Sonny since. He's not dead. But for some reason, Sonny obviously is upset with me about that night, and I don't really know. Y'all can go back and listen to the show and see if y'all think I made some sort of a mistake. I don't think I did. I've listened to it once, not twice, but once, and I didn't hear anything that I did wrong. I felt like I was under attack. I was just trying to play Putin talking, and it was just like, Sonny just went nuts. He got so upset. He got upset. He got pretty upset about it. But I haven't heard anything from him since. So, I don't know. Y'all can leave your comments in the chat room or not. Whatever. All right? I really don't know how to feel about it. Yeah, it was pretty... Yeah, but I don't... What the fuck? No, he's not anonymous. Yeah, he went nuts. He got so fucking mad. And I would never expect that out of Sonny. Ever. Ever. He went batshit crazy. Yeah, I'm 5'4". Why? Stabby is the love of my life. Comey is 6'8". Are you kidding me? He looks like he's 6'8". Good night, Dennis and Apocalypse and Stabby and Anonymous. Take good care of my baby. I need a closing song, somebody, so I can get out of here, I guess. Can't y'all tell I've got something on my mind? Or can't you tell that something is just really, really bothering the fuck out of me? Don't y'all know me by now? Don't y'all know me by now? Something is. What is this, Debbie? Oh, this looks good. Let's let this play.
You make me to a loaded gun. Send you back to hell where your soul is from. What a wicked thing to do, to make me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say, to make me feel this way. No, I don't wanna fall in love. That's why
Wait, this is not helping. This is really making me feel kind of that feeling again. I have to be careful. I have to really be careful because I can really go one toke over the line. Sweet Jesus. I'm serious. I have to feed the happy part of my brain because there's so much negativity. Guys, look, give me the mic. Give me the goddamn mic. There's so much negativity going on in the world right now that I get sucked into it, and I just want to be with, Foo or Gunner, or I can't deal with it. I just recoil. And this is a badass song, but I'm not in that frame of mind right now. I'm just not. I love it to death. It looks absolutely amazing. I just bookmarked it. I'm going to bookmark it again to make sure I got it bookmarked. Yeah, I bookmarked it. This looks really good. But I can't. I have to be careful because I just feel like holding Jet and just holding him and just feeling his innocence and stuff. And I just have, call me whatever you want to, I don't give a fuck. Call me whatever you want to do. But there's just so much negativity right now. And I just feel like I'm just holding back tears because there's so much hate going on and so much, all you hear is pedophiles, you hear corruption, you hear lying, you hear everything, and it's just too much for me. It's just too much, and I just want to just recoil and just wait or something. I don't know what I want to do. I just don't want to do that anymore. I just don't want to play that way anymore. Not this. I'm not talking about this video. This video is amazing, but it's what I was saying when I first came on the air. I can't deal with this anymore. I can't. That's all I'm saying. And I got really sick this week, and it was not fun. It was bad. It was real bad. It was very, very painful, and it scared me. It didn't scare me like, oh, I'm going to die. I just hate going through that kind of pain. It's just the most unbelievable, tragic pain you've ever heard in your life. You've ever seen in your life. And it's horrible. All right, I'll play the song that I played a little while ago. But that's what makes Debi Debi, right? That's the way I feel about it.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth.
Just a second. Wait. Guys, I'm just as bad as anybody else. I love to fuck around with people. I love to laugh at people. I love to have fun. I love to act crazy. I love to be nuts. I love all that. But there are certain times, and it only happens maybe once a year, maybe twice a year, maybe not even once a year. It just gets to be too much. And I'm tired of all of this hate going on in the world. I'm tired of it. And I think it's bullshit. I think it's useless. I think it's stupid. And I'm disgusted with it. I just reached my level this week. I don't know why. I just reached it. And it just keeps coming in more and more and more and more, and I'm done. I don't even care who gets elected anymore. I don't give a fuck. You know, I really don't. I don't give a fuck. I don't give two fucks. And to be let down by somebody that I put as much oomph in as Sonny, you know, I mean, Jesus Christ, y'all know how much I put into Sonny. And I don't, you know, I would expect anything out of the Jew. He's an idiot. But for Sonny to just bail on me like that, I've never gone 2 weeks without talking to Sonny. And we're just friends. We're absolutely friends. We're just backslapping, go get a tattoo together, laugh at some bar hides, friends. That's all I am with anybody. And I think it's bothering me some. There's so many things bothering me right now, and y'all don't give a fuck. I know Sonny... Stabby's probably being mean as fuck in the chat room, and that's fine. I would expect nothing more out of Stabby. But whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck, right? Anyway, I'll let you guys off the hook. Let me see, where's my chat room? I mean, where's my DJ console? Here it is. But that's the way I feel about it. You know, just everybody calm the fuck down. And it's not that I'm insecure. I mean, I've got money in the bank. I've got security. Lord knows. It's not that. It's just I hate living in this world like this. I'm like, everybody just calm down and stop it. Stop. Everybody's just gone crazy. It's like everybody. It's like with Hillary and this and that, and he's a pedophile, and Lolita planes, and just blah, 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 blah. It's just too much. It's just, God, stop it already. And I just want to tell everybody, just stop. Why are you, if I could just sit one-on-one with every, one, and just look and say, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Even the ISIS people, why are you? Stop. Just look at me, all of you. And if I was in a glass, a bulletproof thing, why are you doing this? Why? Because of all. But stop. Wait a minute. But there's another way to do this, guys. I mean, why are you? Or if I could talk to whatever, It's just not the way it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be this way. And maybe you think I live in some kind of fucked up, weird fantasy world. No, I don't. I live in reality. You don't want to know my reality. Because my reality is your reality, okay? All I'm saying is some of us are dreamers. Some of us believe in the betterment of this world. Some of us believe in the betterment of other people. We don't believe in liars and just all the ugliness. It just, wait a minute. I know how to I know somebody that can say it better than I can. That's a badass video, Debbie. I'm going to watch that tomorrow. Okay. Let me show you this. Let me show you this scene, all right? There's a scene in this movie, and it is played out better than, it is said better than I can. Then I could possibly say it. Oops, sorry, I misspelled that. Hold on. I want to explain myself before I go. You never know. I think this is it. I could be wrong.
Lobos. Hello, John. I guess we're coming down to it now. Another couple of days. Anything special you want to eat for dinner that night? Can rustle you up most anything.
mashed taters, gravy, okra. Maybe some of that fine cornbread your missus make, if she don't mind.
Now, what about a preacher, somebody to say a little prayer with?
Don't want no preacher. You can say a prayer if you like.
Me? Suppose I could if it came to that. John, I have to ask you something very important now.
I know what you're gonna say. You don't have to say it.
No, I do. I do have to say it. John, tell me what you want me to do. You want me to take you out of here? Just let you run away? See how far you could get?
Why would you do such a foolish thing?
On the day of my judgment, when I stand before God, and he asks me, why did I kill one of his true miracles? What am I going to say? That it was my job. It was my job.
You tell God the Father it was a kindness you done. I know you're hurting and worried. I can feel it on you. But you ought to quit on it now. I want it to be over and done with. I do.
This part right here, it took 2 minutes and 39 seconds to get there, but this is the part I'm talking about. This is put so brilliantly.
I'm tired, boss. Tired of being on the road, lonely as a sparrow in the rain. I'm tired of never having me a buddy to be with, to tell me where we's going to, coming from or why. Mostly I'm tired of people being ugly to each other. I'm tired of all the pain I feel and hear in the world every day. There's too much of it. It's like pieces of glass in my head all the time. Can you understand?
Yes, John, I think I can.
And that's the way I feel right now. It's like it's glass inside my head. And for some reason, I just topped out this week. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I just did. I just thought I can't do anymore. I can't. I don't care. And I do that. I'll shot down just like that on you. I'll do it in a heartbeat. I've done it before. I got up and walked out on somebody one time, and they couldn't believe I did this. They couldn't. People around Dallas couldn't believe I did it, and I just said I'd had enough. I was done, and I'm done. I'm tired of all this hate. I mean, it's just every fucking place you look nowadays. That's all it is. It's just investigation. You know, just ugh. I'm just tired of it. That's all. And I know you're probably sick of listening to me say that, so I'll get off of here. All right. All right. I'll shut the fuck up.